And we're back with our party of intrepid adventurers having cleared out the dungeon under the former castle of Redcliffe. And after doing that, they realized that the orcs there in Unit 42 had been under control by a mind flayer. This mind flayer was the avatar, the outreach of the Masked Crone, the Master of Secrets. And after defeating it in something that was fairly unexpected, the party ended up moving down to Annaville, the former place of the original campaign. You're right there, Ruby? Where they met their the ancestors of the former compatriots, where it was established that Ysara is actually the rightful queen of Pineland, with Sana being the rightful queen of Redcliffe, which is essentially no more anymore. The party hasn't really decided what to do with that yet, but they have decided that the people in Pineland, they can't really stay where they are, and have been exploring scenarios to either help rescue them or leave them to their fate. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to you guys, and you guys can tell me what you actually plan on doing with all of your newfound subjects in the Pineland Liberation Front.
So we can't call you Captain, but can we call you Your Majesty? Or is that too affronting to your sensibilities, Ysara?
Anna, do you actually want to call me Your Majesty? Or are you just
screwing around with you?
Yeah.
A little bit of both. Because, I mean, turnabout's fair play.
I don't think I ever gave you a title.
No. But Anna made me the ruler of Redcliffe originally, so technically I should go back and seize that castle that everybody left with the giant dungeon maze underneath it.
I mean, yeah, we can go back and do that. I have no clue what to do with the people of Pineland. I'm kind of inclined to say we should see if we can find safe passage with Umbria.
I mean, if they can help us repair the ship, which shouldn't take more than a couple of days, we can just fly across the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do that. I'm kind of worried that this, I don't know, Leviathan, serpent, whatever monster they've talked about in the water has to do with the masked one and the illithid we saw under Redcliffe. So I don't really want to go in the water. Flying over it might be okay.
I mean, we can get high altitude as we have been, so I have no worries about flying over it. I mean, I wouldn't mind going after a couple of ships. I know we talked about that yesterday.
I also kind of want to scope out what it's like in Umbria before we decide to send people there.
That's fair.
We have no idea how it's going to be received.
Let's ask for assistance to get the ship repaired, and then we'll set out. And we can promise them that we'll return.
Hopefully ships that we pirate.
Exactly. Yeah. And that way also, you know, we can maybe get a couple of other members to even out our crew, considering we lost some of the idiots to Pineland Liberation Front.
Yeah. Maybe people here are going to want to be a part of the crew. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go try and get our ship repaired.
All right.
They said they have a bunch of canvas and, like, supplies, so...
This is true. They did say they had plenty of supplies, and they could repair our ship. And with the food they have here, we should be able to outfit our supplies for at least a couple of weeks. Food-wise.
Yeah, some more rations would be cool. Getting all the ship's parts, like, back up to snuff would help us carry more, too.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing I worry about is we have dropped some of our weapons off the ship. And I doubt they're going to have ammunition or anything to help us build the ship back for that. But that's okay.
Yeah, right. That's sad, but...
Gat, you're being awful quiet over there. Are you cool with whatever?
I'm cool with whatever. I'm still playing with my new blink belt.
How fast is that recovery of those knives again?
6 seconds, 1 combat round.
So if you put 6 in, and you can throw 1 per second. That's my challenge. Like Yasara's like talking to Gad of like,
I think you can only put 4 in.
damn, okay. Do you think you can get fast enough where you can throw like just continually, like you throw and they come back like faster than you can throw them, so you never run out?
Machine gun belt.
That's
I
exactly
had
what I
not
was
considered that.
It'd be the best use of it if you were able to capitalize on a time frame and throw accordingly.
I'll have to play with it and see if I can get it coordinated enough to rapid fire from it.
Rapid fire daggers.
I see a her feet and her feet.
I mean, actually, if you're throwing slowly, it would be rapid fire. It would just be unimpressive because it'd be.
Well, if she can throw 2 per turn, but if she practices enough,
This is true.
it'd be cool if she could like bump up her speed with practice.
Possible, I guess. So, what are you guys doing? Gonna pump up all of your repair equipment, actually repair the ship, get it back up to full load capacity?
Yes, I
That's
say
the
yes
goal.
on that.
All right, it'll take about 2-3 days. So you guys have 2-3 days of downtime if there's anything you guys want to do. If you, you have plenty of components. If you want to be making poisons, this is a good time to do it. Sarasana, we haven't really done downtime in a long time. So, is there anything you guys want to do or work on or play with or?
Well, I know Yusara was talking about building shrines, so I know she'll probably want to work on that.
Yeah, I wanna try and build a shrine to Tanya and one to Illustrate.
Okay.
I know Ildren
Illustrate is pretty easy. It's just a piece of cardboard with a hole cut out in the middle about waist height.
Yeah, that's what Ildren said last time. I remember that. You know, I'll take care of Illustrates for you, Yusara, and then I'll walk around and get to know some of the people and see if there's anybody that would be interested in joining the crew over the next couple of days. Recruitment.
Sorry, just gotta ask why you're so very interested in taking care of the glory hole, but sure.
Don't ask questions you don't really want to know the answer to.
That's the thing I want to know.
No, you don't.
This is Don't Ask, Don't Tell was created for.
Yeah, but
Besides, I'm only doing it so you can take more time to create your own shrine and altar.
I mean, fair, but
It takes like 10 seconds for me to saw out a piece of wood, slap it down, put a sign on top of it. It's fine.
it's the D&D version, or the Ferelden version of a kissing booth.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is kissing. It may not be mouth to mouth.
I'm just gonna take some of the scraps on the wood pile and throw them together. A couple hammer nails, and I'll set it away from.
Yes, because
to
that is what I think of when I think glory holes. Nails.
I mean, I guess it
You said
depends.
kissing booth. I was gonna make a glory hole booth, like a kissing booth, glory hole booth. I mean, or if you want, I'll just go steal a saw from the repair guys and start drilling holes in certain areas of the houses.
Alex, are you kink shaming?
I mean,
I would never.
Our ship is called hentai, so
I'm just imagining this with all sorts of burrs and rough edges right around the part where it shouldn't have burrs or rough
I was
edges.
gonna sand some of it down. I'm sure sandpaper has been invented, right?
We'll say yes, because I can't be bothered to look it up.
All right.
Oh, wait. It's been invented, so surely.
Yeah. Thank you. Either way,
Yeah, borrow the whetstone from the blacksmith and grind it down.
yeah, it'll be fine. I'll just cut a couple of holes. They'll have Illustrate on top of the holes and different random houses across the city. It'll be fine. I'll be done in like, an hour.
I would really like to say we have Ildren helping with this, but I feel like Sana's just doing this on her own.
Totally. Sana would just like take this over. She's just like, I'm going. Bye, guys.
It's like Ildrian goes to make like one actual like nice shrine, and Sana's like, "No, I got this."
And there's like 10 like really mediocre shrines like all over the place. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. 100%.
While doing that, you said you were gonna meet some of the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around and talk to any of the cook.
Okay.
Well, we have a cook, technically, don't we?
Just for funsies, while you're doing this and making this booth, a cute early 20s girl comes up to you and just kind of rocking back and forth on her heels. What you doing?
Making a rudimentary shrine. What are you doing?
I don't know. I heard you were the new queen, or one of them. There's two queens?
Yes, well, technically I was originally given a crown for Redcliffe while my compatriot was given in charge of Pineland. But, that was long ago, and it was given over to a council and then given over to Rex. I'm sure you know some of your history, so I don't have any title other than first on the wall from way back when people were fighting in the world. But, why do you want to know?
Because, well, my grandfather was in that battle, and he spoke of a girl with horns. Said she was really scary, but also really cool.
I've been known to be called both scary and cool. You said your grandfather?
I think it was actually my great-grandfather. I never met him, but I hear he was a great warrior.
What was his name?
Adrel.
Adrel, really? You're the great-granddaughter of Adrel. Whatever.
Yeah, my name's Rella.
Rella, what?
Yeah.
Nice, like that. That's a name kind of after your grandfather. So, why the curiosity, other than just, bringing up memories, good memories?
He said if I ever was to meet you or the actual leader of Pineland, I was to show them this. She pulls out a very old, very worn, small little seal pup.
Okay.
Wow, I haven't seen that in years, and that's actually really well taken care of. So I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor with that. Hold on to it. There's a wonderful person called Yosara, and we're gonna go find her together, and I want you to tell her what you just told me, okay?
Okay.
So come on, let's go find her. I know exactly where she is because I left her there building our shrine, and I gently herd the child in the direction of where Yosara is, and I see her in the distance, and I say, Yosara, hey!
Yep. What? Yosara is building a shrine to Titania. Much nicer than a glory hole, hopefully.
Of course. Take 5-minute break. I got someone I want you to meet.
Hi.
Okay.
This is
Hi.
Rella. This is Rella.
Hello.
She is the great-granddaughter of Adrel. She has something she wants to show you.
And on a tiny chain, she holds a little seal that has been, bolted into this chain. About this big. The fur's mostly come off. You can tell it's been repolished a few times. But it is the unmistakable seal, Pupcake, that Adrel took with him into battle so long ago.
Wow, that's incredible. That's still around. Huh.
Yeah, it outlasted my grandfather, and my great-grandfather, and even my father. It's really old.
Maybe that thing was lucky after all.
I'd say so.
I mean, I'm still alive.
How old are you?
22.
Awesome. Are you wanting to adventure like your great-grandfather?
Yeah!
Oh, okay. That was
My grandfather said that was the best time of his life. He did all sorts of cool things. Said the wall was really high, and there was fire. And he said you guys were really cool, too. Can I come with you?
So I am looking to recruit more people for our ship. We have an airship. I'm sure you've seen it very recently.
It was amazing. Could I go up in it?
Yes, we're actually looking to hire some people. How strong? And I like kind of motioned her to lift her arms. Like, how strong are you? You know, what do you think you're good at? Kind of interviewing her.
She does this, and her arms are smaller than mine.
I'm like, that's okay. We can build up your strength for playing on the rigging on the ship, but we can definitely use many extra hands and being nimble and quick.
I have 2 of them.
That's good to know, because I know people that don't have but one.
Yeah, that would be Pupcake. He has flippers.
Yes, he does. So Yosara here is working on a shrine. I turned to Yosara, and I'm sure she would love to have your help and tell you all about Titania. So why don't you hang out with her while I go back to finishing what I was doing, and maybe you can tell her of anybody else that might be interested in joining us.
Okay.
Okay. Yosara, and I start backing away. Have fun. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing. Love you too. No, that means I love you. I know it does. And I start walking away.
Rella, that's what she said your name was?
Yes.
Alright, so here's the deal, Rella. We are looking to get people to come with us on the airship. We need to make sure, you know, like your great-grandfather, we have the best people as our crew. So can you do me a favor? Can you help me out with that?
Okay.
You go around, let people know that you said it was like 2 to 3 days to fix the airship.
Yep.
All right, in about 2 days' time, we're gonna hold a little like test to try and see who is capable of going on an airship. I know very few people here have been on them. So
Right, airship tryouts. Interesting. I didn't think about this.
we're gonna hold tryouts. So anyone that you think could be fast or strong or smart enough to go on an airship, I want you to do your best and let everyone you know that we're gonna have, trials to see who can fill a good spot on the ship.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that. I'll tell everyone.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Sana hadn't walked far away. She's like around the corner listening to all of this and is just trying not to die out laughing. Because she knows that Yosara just basically made that up.
Yep.
Off the top of her head.
Yes.
She's going to wander off to find Gat and let Gat know that tryouts will be in 2 days. And if Gat could help her figure out how to set that up, she'd appreciate it.
Watching this from afar, Aurella, the bow warrior that you guys had on the ship, goes up to you, Yosara, and just kind of kneels down while you're making the try and just goes, "Please take me with you. These people are going to get wiped out in a week. I'd much rather fight on your airship doing whatever the hell you guys are doing than take my chances here."
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're already on the ship, I'm down to just let you stay.
That'd be awesome. As you're doing your thing, Daluma, the person that Gat brought on board, goes over to you and goes, "I know what you're making. Need some help?"
To me?
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? I wasn't thinking I was going to be... You know what? Yeah, a little bit of help would be nice. Let's knock this out. Because I need to go around and start asking people about if they want to try out for the ship. And don't worry about that. Like, you're already on the ship, so no stress on your part. We just need a few more people.
Yeah, I would love to come with you guys. Looking around, this place is not going to last 10 days. So, sooner you can get my feet off the ground, the better. And I would much rather hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
Plus, there's some interesting people on the crew. Better than sitting with your feet on the ground.
No, that's fair. We just have to make sure that we get a few more people to fill out the crew because we don't need to be so low on crewmen. But yeah, let's knock this out. And in the next, 10 minutes with 2 hands, we get it finished. Now I have to find a good spot to place it.
Sure.
There's a tavern?
I'll put it at the back of the tavern. In a nice little alleyway.
There's a tavern?
Yeah, we were in that earlier, don't you remember?
Yeah,
Nope.
there's a small tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Does the tavern have
We
a
were
bath?
having drinks Well, it does now. Anyways, whatever the back of the building is, it's not the front door. That's where it's going to be.
Sure, it does. No problem finding it.
We'll
All
set up-
right.
We'll set up a little tiny sign that's on the side of each side of the building so that people know it's there. And other than that, that's all we give them.
Can we paint, can on top of it, can it say for the glory of Illustrae?
Oh, yes, yes. Yes. Having heard Yosara's comment from way back in the peanut gallery, I'm writing that down on the building. The glory
Or wait, for the glory of the whole of Illustrae?
I mean, I go to the other side, like walk around the shrine, and then put that on the other side of the building with arrows pointing inward.
For the whole glory of Illustrae?
Glory of
of
Illustrae.
Illustrae, yeah. 100%.
That's what happens when Ildren's leap.
Yeah. 100%.
Gat goes to the tavern and finds a dark corner and starts fucking around with some poison.
I can see that.
Gat, just go ahead and chat me what you want to make for your components. It should tell you in your ability under Poisoner exactly what everything costs, and then your poison count is somewhere on your inventory sheet.
Got it.
All right. With that, anyone want to do anything else for the next 2 days?
Can I get some have some basic bows and arrows commissioned if they have like a blacksmith, as well as any other basic armor that might be like around, even if it's not that great, just so that our crew can have some weapons and things to fight with, because I know we've gotten rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So besides that,
that would take a lot. Your supplies are limited, so you could go with we'll say 4 bows or 4 pieces of really crude armor, or one of those guys could be spent repairing your armor that I think was damaged a long time ago. Yeah, your armor is still damaged.
Okay, well then I'll get. Can we do the bows and my armor then and get that repaired?
Sure.
Because bows are long range, and since we'll be in the air, long range is better in my opinion at this time. We'll have to, of course, trial them out. But some basic bows and arrows, a good supply of arrows, and my armor repaired to fully capacity. And then can I go find Gat after she's done making her poison and ask her to help me set up kind of a like little obstacle course with like maybe some ropes hanging from trees for people to show they can climb, and like a little bit of endurance test and some lifting stuff test.
Oh yeah, setting up the trial. Want to test a couple of things. Strength, so like I don't like a log toss or something, or like picking up the stone and putting it over.
Sure.
Like a la Highland Games.
Oh yeah, Scotland Highland Games, is that what we're gonna go for?
Like a rope climb is a good thing, or swinging from one rope to the other, because that feels like a deck.
Okay, yeah, that's very piratey.
Yeah, that's
and then
good.
tying knots. Do you want a navigation as well?
Yeah, if anybody has like strong navigation skills that can like navigate from here to Redcliffe on a map, like some of the maps we have already, and show us the heading that we need.
Map challenge of like, okay, you like this is the heading, plot a course. How well can you do that on a map?
Yeah. And for air though, because remember we have to have up and down.
Navigation, strength, and dexterity.
What about wisdom? Which one was it for making sure the engines run okay? Because as far as I remember, it was just Ildren that could run the engines the best, wasn't it?
I thought that was intelligence. Well, that was just because Ildren studied the engine with the person.
Yeah, he also
it's wisdom or intelligence. Each one can be can use one of 2 stats.
Okay, that's fine then. Cool. All right. Well, are Gat and I setting this up, setting up this obstacle course, getting the maps from the ship while it's being repaired, making sure people know that the tryouts are happening in 2 days, and then we'll be set sailing shortly after. I have roped you into this, Gat. You are beside me, helping me do this. I hope you know this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm there. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm moving stuff while you're tying and And holding you on my shoulders while you're tying shit to the trees.
Like, we're like up here, just perfect balance. All right, and dismount. Good. That'll be good.
This is turning into a little weird combination of Highland Games and like Crucible.
Cheerleading.
Yeah, right? This is like one of those Spartan races or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, with cheerleaders.
Mm-hmm.
All right. After you guys set up your obstacle course and everything, people are fascinated. Everyone is excited to try out and ready to go. And that's immediately when the problem started. Several people drop the rocks on their feet. One guy picks it up, falls over backwards, and gets hurt. One guy throws the rock into a crowd, hurts somebody else. 3 people fall off the ropes. One guy falls off the rope holding onto the rope and burns his hands all the way down. It is hard to watch, and yet you can't look away.
Sarah's got like popcorn sitting.
Yeah.
And Sana's just taking notes of like who passes and who fails epically, and like making a list of the people that got injured so she can figure out how they can like take care of them maybe. But she's also like, there's probably no way we can.
After the first 2 events, there are 11 injuries, 2 of them semi-critical. They'll live, but they're going to be slow for the next couple of weeks. And one guy is unable to use his hands as they're now more rope burn than hands.
And Sana knows she'll help with those. Sorry, go ahead, Kat.
Yeah, it's good. Gat's been sitting on a fence smoking, just like just shaking her head. Like, not even humorous, just like in disbelief.
Did anybody make it through the first 2 events?
How many?
I mean, but make it through, there were several survivors.
But I'm talking about people that didn't get injured, that actually like succeeded in some fashion without hurting themselves.
Yes, actually. There were several people who were able to lift the rock and throw it a couple of feet. And there were 2 people that were able to get up and down the rope without injuring themselves, though they could not also lift the rock. They were just very little in stature, able to pick up their own weight.
Okay. How many were able to lift the rock?
3.
Okay. And how many, even though they're all injured, we all request them to try the navigation challenge.
It's not that they're all injured. 20 people started out. You're down to 9. Rilla is not injured, but she could not lift the rock, though she could get up the rope.
Okay.
Are you considering the rope climb as like a dex-based thing, or do we need to come up with another thing that's dex-based?
I thought that was dex-based. I was under the impression that it was dex-based.
I'm asking Alex.
Oh, yeah, it could be dex-based. Yeah, rope climbing's acrobatics.
Okay. I was like, we can add another thing that is dex-based. That's not. But
I mean,
the only dex-based thing that comes to mind right now is if you can dodge a wrench, you could dodge a cannonball.
I could start throwing wrenches, Yosara. I mean, rocks, Yosara. Sana says offhandedly.
We're not actively trying to hurt them.
I mean, I would clip them. I'm not gonna like laser them with a rock.
Can we maybe like, this is an Ildren thing, I feel like, but it's either like a dance space or he asked them to like juggle something.
It would totally be a dance space. He would not.
Or blindfold them and spin them around and have them walk a straight line.
Or as straight as they can manage.
Just because Ildren as a person, I have several videos of him drunkenly juggling fruit. So I'm just saying juggling as a thing because of him as a person.
I didn't know he could juggle.
That's really great to know. We're going to have to see this demonstration one day.
He can juggle.
I'm really glad I learned this tonight.
That feels like a dex. That's a dex-based thing.
Juggling? Sure. As you suggest a juggling contest, people start immediately going for knives, as that's the only thing they've ever heard of people juggling.
And Sana immediately says, no! And starts yelling at everyone to stop! And she learns to says, take the knives. Can I have some fruit, please? Apples?
And the time it's taking you to say that, there is one injury, as when you said no immediately, he dropped the knives onto one of his feet. He'll be okay, but yeah, you're down to 8 people. And
Sana knows she's probably going to heal the critical ones, but anybody else, she's basically considering them idiots and is not even going to deal with them.
So out of the 9, you said there were 3 that could lift the rock and 2 that could climb the rope?
Yes, but they're not the same people.
Okay. Was the guy that dropped the knife on his foot one of those 5 people?
No.
Good.
Can I get anybody that's injured and does not wish to continue to try the navigation challenge? Please.
Sure. They go over, are you giving them a real map or?
Basically giving them a blank, like, just has the outline map, and they have to try and plot, like, a course from here to Pineland or something.
Yeah, and like
Okay,
the other maps are like being guarded, but they can use them as reference, but they cannot draw or touch
Sure.
anything but that one.
Yosara, you set down the map, you give them a piece of paper, a pencil, you turn around to grab the compass. By the time you turn around again, the map is on fire and one guy is rolling around in the grass screaming. He'll be okay and make a full recovery one day, but yeah, you're down to 7, and someone was injured on the map challenge. Aurella is now sitting by you, Gat, not smoking, but just is like, but seriously, like, you guys are taking me out of here, right? I will do whatever. If I stay here, I will die.
Are you useful?
She was
Good
the one
with
that
a
was
bow?
able to climb, remember? Well, no, Aurella's the one that was with us already. Aurella's already got a
Oh,
guaranteed
right.
spot. She shouldn't have to worry, by the way, Gap.
Why would we leave you if you were already with us? This isn't a drop point. We're trying to get more people.
Oh, thank the gods.
Okay.
I want to know if you managed to set the map on fire without any flammable thing. Like, are you magic?
He stands up slowly, patting his burned clothing, and goes, I must be. I don't know how I did that either.
Was he using a magnifying glass to look at it?
No, there
Yes,
was
he
literally.
was.
Oh.
Did he have glasses on?
Yes, he does. Very thick ones, Coke bottle size.
Okay. Sana
Science.
immediately goes in front of you, Sara, and takes the game. You know, that was really impressive, but we should talk about how we're going to take care of your injuries. And she, like, literally steers him and drags him over and, like, sets him down away from everybody. And she's like, just here. I'm going to get some... Stay. Don't touch anything. Don't sit in the sun. Just stay. And I'm going to walk over and get some rudimentary bandages and then get someone to help wrap him up because he's going to be charred for a bit.
Okay, so we're down to 7. There were 3 that can lift the rock, 2 that can rope climb, 2 that still somehow managed to fail the map challenge.
Yes, and one of the guys goes, I did it, and he has turned the map of the continent into a face, and it looks remarkably like you, Yosara.
That's also impressive. However, I don't know if that's the skill we're looking for. You seem artistic though. Can you like forge things? Like forge signatures and documents and stuff?
I've never tried, but I think I could.
Like I point to like whatever the nearest like sigil that's visible anywhere. Like can you copy that on a new piece of paper?
Sure. He flips a piece of paper over and starts copying.
I'm gonna yell out. Can I get the 2 rope climbers, the 2 small statured that were able to get up and down the rope successfully? Can I get you guys over here?
One of them is a very young guy, probably about 17, 18. Nobody shows up in the other spot.
Not Rella doesn't show up? I thought you said it was Rella.
You see Rella, and she is hunched over a map, scribbling furiously.
Okay, and then I said, all right, well, what's your name? What's your name?
Mike.
How old are you, Mike?
18.
18. And why do you want to go on an airship? Like, why do you want to even do this? Why did you do this?
We're going on an airship?
Yeah. That's...
Oh my god. I heard ship. I am so afraid of heights. I mean, I could do it, but like, that 10-foot rope was like terrifying.
So, you just didn't realize we were going on an airship? You just thought it was like a sea ship?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for participating. You can try the map challenge, but probably you can just sit out and maybe wait till we bring an actual sea ship and join that crew instead, okay? Appreciate you trying, Mike.
Sounds awesome! Okay! After a little while, Rella comes up. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I was finishing my map.
You're good, Rella. 22, right?
22.
Okay, and you want to come on the airship. Why?
Pupkit told me it was a good idea.
That is a wonderful lesson. Arella! And I yell for Arella, knowing she's over by Gat.
She rolls her eyes and gets up. Oh, God, what now? Walks over. Yes,
Arella,
Master
Mirella.
Sana. Lord Sana, what do I call you now? I mean, you're a baroness, right?
We're not going to go into the finer details. My name's just Sana. Please don't.
Whatever you need. Sana, what can I do for you?
This is Rella. You see? She was very agile in climbing up and down the rope. We're not sure quite yet on her map skills. Yosara will let me know, but of the 2 successful climbers, she is the one that will be joining us. So you mind just kind of taking her around with you, making sure she stays with you until such time as we board the ship, and then make sure you bring her aboard with you. She's now
no problem.
Your person.
She leans into you, Sana, as a prisoner?
No, as like a crew member, like a potential, like, think of her as like your apprentice for right now. Like, she's just gonna stay with you until we get on the ship and she can learn something. Yeah, no. Why would you? You know, I don't want to. She
stops again. Wait. Have I offended you somehow?
No. It's just a term of meaning someone that will follow you and learn from you at the time. Just keep her with you safe. Do not let her get injured until she gets on the ship. I will take over there.
Okay.
Thank you.
She takes Rella with her.
What's on Rella's map? Did anybody look at what she did?
I was waiting for Yosara to tell me so I can make note of if she succeeded or not.
Yosara, she's copied a piece of the map. It's functional, and there are like 75 lines, many of them erased and then redrawn and erased and redrawn. But she did get the right answer in the end.
So she has some map skills, which is good.
Okay.
We don't really have one right now.
Sorry, she's gonna stick with Arella. Rella is gonna stick with Arella until we board the ship, just to keep her safe, because everyone seems to want to get injured today.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just real quick, as we get more results, we should probably talk over them before we decide who's gonna be on the ship.
Okay, well, I will let you know that the other guy that climbed the rope that I was interviewing to see if he'd be a good fit, he's afraid of heights. So that's why it chose Rella instead. So I was just letting you know. I was just going to interview them, but since she was the only one left to get someone and we kind of already knew her, I figured it'd be okay to make an executive decision at the time. Sorry.
I mean, I think she probably is our best bet as far as dexterous, nimble people.
Yeah, and navigation skills, right? A little bit of intelligence in there.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can maybe see if there's any... I mean, I really doubt there's any form of, like, atlas around here.
No,
but
any atlases we're going to have are what we brought from the ship itself, probably.
I'd like to try and see if she has any... Like, she can copy a map, or she can draw a map, which is good. Does she understand, like, you know, headings, or, like, okay, we need to go this way if we're trying to get to a place from where we are, sort of thing.
True. I was going to interview the people that were able to throw the rock, just to get an idea of why they might want to join, and then I don't know if they're doing your navigation challenge or not, and then let you know what they say.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, and then I'm going to call over the 3 people that were able to successfully toss a rock a few feet away from
the guy who threw it the furthest is hard to miss, as he is easily 40 stone, just a massive man. Some of it's muscle, it's clearly, but he's also someone who's not shied away from every dessert possible, and just kind of waddles his way over. He's like, heard you needed rock throwing, so I threw it.
Yeah, thank you for that. What's your name?
Mike.
Stop it.
You don't happen to have a son, do you, Mike?
Sure do. Climbed the rope. Not as much of a man for throwing things, but he's able to squirrely his way up.
Bit afraid of heights, though, isn't he? A little bit. How about yourself? Are you afraid of heights?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I just don't like to fall.
Yeah, no, understandable. What do you think about airships?
Looks fun.
And why did you decide to throw the rock for us? Did you know why we were doing this?
Heard rocks needed throwing, so I threw it. Normally a carpenter.
Carpenter. Okay. Would you be interested in, if we have a position open, would you be interested in joining an airship crew?
As long as the doors are wide.
Yeah, that's fun. That's funny. Well, thank you. I appreciate you showing your strength and letting me know you have carpentry skills. Are there any other skills you have?
Do I need other skills? No, I'm a carpenter.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Oh, I can eat like nobody else.
You're a great eater. Well, that's good to know that we'll be restocking on some good food. Okay, well, thank you. I'll talk with you soon. I appreciate it. Next.
One of the guys who comes up to you is, again, broad in shoulder, little teeny tiny legs, but big, heavy-chested man. My name's Mike. Nah, I'm just playing with you. I'm Groth. I'm the blacksmith.
Groth, you're the blacksmith. You helped fix my armor. Thank you for that. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, what happened to it? It looked half melted and there were teeth marks all across it.
You know, I get into a lot of different scenarios, things that bite, things that stab. Let's not go into that. So you were able to throw the rock pretty far for us. Do you know why we were doing this contest?
Well, I assume you're looking for people of strength.
Mm-hmm.
More of a blacksmith. I like to work with my hands, but if you ever need metal that needs tinkering, good with that too.
I gotcha. How are you with heights, airships?
Never really had a problem before.
Gotcha. What do you think of joining an airship crew?
Does it get me out of here? Because if it gets me out of here, I will totally do it.
Oh, well, I mean, possibly. We're just looking to see who's the best choices.
Yeah, absolutely. You just tell me what you need out of me, because this place is going to last 10 days without... Well, it's not going to last 10 days.
No, for sure. Understandable. So, do you have any reservations at all or anything else you'd like to share about yourself?
No.
Cool. Well, thank you, Garth. Right? Garth? I said that right?
Groth, but, you know, I'm not going to correct a queen.
Groth. I'll do my best to call you Groth correctly. Sorry about that. I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for your insight into you. Thank you.
No worries. I could change it to Garth if you needed me to. He walks off.
Groth is fine. Okay. Last person. Hi. What's your name?
Last person's actually a girl. She comes up to you, broad-shouldered. Hi, I'm Megan. I was the huntsman of the town. Good at drawing a bow. Heard you guys needed a crew for the airship.
You are more well-informed than many of the others. You got decent strength. Obviously, you're good with the bow. Are there any other skills? Do you have aversion to heights? Anything we should know about?
No aversion to heights. I really couldn't get up that rope for some reason. I thought it would be easy, but it's not my thing.
It's okay. It's not for everybody. Why would you want to get on the airship? To join an airship?
Anything that gets me out of here. I mean, I'm good with a bow, but there's only about 6 of us who could actually fight. And, you know, most of the things I fight don't try to fight back, but bow's a bow, target's a target.
Fair enough. Okay, great. Well, thank you, Megan. We'll talk with you in a little bit. We're just finishing up a few other things. So thank you for all your information.
Cool.
Okay. So, obviously, I compiled a little list, and I'm going to slide it to Yosara as she's finishing the navigation. To say, here, Yosara, Gat, if you want to take a look, that's what I have so far. And it's just got Aurelia. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, was there anyone other than Rella that managed to do anything with the map challenge?
Nope. Nobody even came close.
Okay.
Maps are actually a hard skill.
Yeah. So, like I said, I did kind of take an executive even before we knew about navigation with Aurelia, Gat, Yosara. So she's under Aurelia's supervision at the time, just to make sure she gets on the ship. But we have 3 others that accomplish the strength, and they each have their own set of skills. Here you go. You got a carpenter, a blacksmith, and a huntress that, out of everybody we've seen, could be added to the crew we already have. And they're not bad. They're not afraid of heights. They want to get the F out of here. Apparently that's a common theme with everybody.
Alex, can you pop up the previous crew list we have?
The previous crew list?
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
I'm just trying to figure out what positions need to be filled.
That's fair.
I mean, technically, you guys are full. You guys have a... wait, you need one more person on the engine. And I think that's it.
Out of that, the 3, or well, I guess 2 remaining mercenaries.
We lost Dawn, remember? So we don't have Dawn.
Yes. Yep.
And who else did we lose? Lumin's here, Aurelia's here. Xander, we lost Xander, didn't we?
No, he's still there.
Okay.
The 3 mercenaries, do they want to remain?
You're paying them.
Yeah, they're
So you still have 22 days on their contract, and they said under certain conditions they would renew.
I just want to make sure they understand we're looking to leave the island and sort of where we're going.
Yeah, they're cool with that. They're mercenaries. They go where the money is. You guys pay well.
Well, you know, if we add some extra people, we're able to rotate shifts and have a more steady supply of people on the engine as well as people on the riggers and the cannons.
Also won't be catastrophic if somebody dies.
That's true. And I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think if we have a few more people, the better, just because people can pick up each other's slack, and overall, we don't know what trouble we're gonna get into down the line.
Okay.
Which 3 are the mercenaries again? Buffy. Is Buffy one of them?
Yeah,
Buffy, Xander, and Willow. There.
Okay.
So technically, if we would be able to replace Buffy and Willow, and Xander would be replaced as well should we lose them after 22 days.
Yeah, I was like, if we took Mike, Groth, and Megan, that fills the strength and con and is a replacement for Buffy and Willow after the 22 days. Rella can be navigator and also function on a shift index if needed.
Okay.
How many stone, if we added Mike, Groth, Megan, and Rella?
Okay. Each crew member weighs 10 stone except for Mike. He weighs 40. So it'd be 60 more.
Okay. And getting the ship repaired is going to put us...
Where you can hold 600. So you have plenty of room.
And what about the supply of food that we requested, the 2-week supply of food that we...
Yep. You guys could get food.
As well.
So, I mean, Gat, do you think it's a bad idea to bring on that many people?
We keep losing people randomly. So I don't think it's bad, even if they're kind of useless in the moment, to have some extra people in case they continue to drop off.
I mean,
yeah.
You almost would think that with some of the younger, well, at least with Rella, I mean, even, you know, Meg and a few others, they can all try to train together as we travel based on what shifts we're on. We can pair people up to help learn skills from each other to make sure that they're more able to handle any situation that we throw at them.
I am just a little... I mean, I feel like it needs to be noted that we are taking some of the more skilled people from this settlement. They're probably going to suffer for it.
Not if we retrieve a ship rather quickly and bring it back to them.
That's a big if.
I know, but you know.
And several people have said 10 days so far. I don't know where they're getting their numbers, but...
That's true. But you know what? I should go ahead and just tell them to travel through daylight straight to Redcliffe. Because Redcliffe's empty right now. And then they could hop from Redcliffe onward with the injured if need be. And we can always catch up to them at Pineland in a rather efficient manner if we need to.
How many, I mean, do we know, Alex, how many days on foot travel it is to Redcliffe from here?
About 5, 6.
That's 5 or 6 nights exposed to those fey creatures potentially.
And Rella being the least most almost competent with directions. And we're taking her.
I mean, they have food and supplies. They'll be relatively taken care of here and can rest. They don't have to rush off. I mean, but this village is not long term.
No, I know. I just wanted to bring up the point that we essentially held triads and are taking sort of the best of the settlement. Just be aware that there might be, negative consequences of that if and when we come back.
There could be. But I mean, we can't take everybody. But if we can, I mean, it might seem empty at first, but if we can make a promise that we'll take anybody we can. And I mean, you can always let them know if they pray hard enough to Titania, she might take them with them. If you want to go down that road.
Yeah, I'm not trying to send an entire settlement to Titania's prison.
It's fair. Understandably so. Look, I don't see this as being a target for anything just yet. But I can see that easily changing. So maybe we should do an excursion out. What? They said 10 days, right, Gat?
2 different people have said that.
Okay.
I didn't actually know why they think that, though.
So we've got 10 days. So maybe we take 4 days out and 4 days and we come right back just to, depending on what we see and what we find, and then we try and stuff the ship full of whomever we can. I don't know.
Plan.
I mean, we go out, we see what we can find in 4 days, how far we can travel, and then we immediately turn around and come right back.
All right, that sounds fun. Going to pirating. You guys have 2 weeks of food. You have restocked your equipment. You are at just under 400 stone on the ship, so you can hold an extra 200, which is a fair amount. What are you guys doing? Your ship has been repaired. You've had your downtime.
We said we were leaving in 2 days. We just need to let them know what we're going to do.
All right. You tell Priscilla that you guys are going out a-pirating, and a few people have started inquiring about the shrines plural.
What do they want to know exactly?
How do they work?
I thought one of them was pretty obvious.
We let Ildren explain the illustrated shrine.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't see where you don't hear what he says, but from a distance you can tell as he's speaking, everyone starts turning redder.
And I just know that it's probably something so raunchy.
With hand gestures, Ildren's very excited.
He's easily excitable, remember you, Sarah? I mean, that's.
And yet, as you're watching from a distance, his hand gestures are somehow censored.
You, Sarah, why don't you tell other people about Titania's shrine?
Yeah, no, I will happily tell whoever asks. I will tell them about Titania's land that I left, that I remember. I will tell them about her gift of power to me. I will tell them about how the lifting up or removing of the Guardian of the Fae has allowed her to expand into this world, and how there are forces working to diminish her. And believing in her is... God, I hate that I'm about to say this phrase. Believing in her is believing in the source of power that upon which your queen relies.
Oh, that just...
I know, I hate myself.
Oh, man, like, I get why, but dang, if I don't feel like that would be something I would have said if I had accepted Soon's offer. Woo, that hit home.
Yeah, I don't like that I said that.
Is there any way? Is there anywhere to buy stuff here? Weapons, a shop, anything like that?
There's a few shops, but as far as weapons go, it's pretty light. You could get some crude daggers, some basically daggers, and
like, some dinky, cheapy daggers.
Yeah, you can buy dinky, cheapy daggers. For you guys, they're not even going to charge you
Oh, thanks.
So we tell Priscilla that we're gonna head out. We are taking a few of your primary members that are important to your group here. So apologies for that, but we're gonna use them to assist us in going out for about 4 days and then coming back. So give us about 8 days and we'll hopefully have returned, and maybe we'll come bearing some nice gifts for the whole community.
So that would be great. I appreciate that. Whatever can get us to Pineland sooner, that's where we belong.
Yeah. Okay. Pineland, definitely. Your queen, I'm sure, will do her best, as she is primarily in charge of captaining all of us on this airship.
Okay. So with that, you guys board the airship and set out. You guys have all your equipment. You've done what you needed to do. Which way are you going? What is your bearing? Wait, what is your heading?
Our heading was going to be, wasn't it going to be towards Umbria?
South right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, where actually are you going? Captain Yosara, what is your heading?
We were aiming towards Umbria, right? I believe it's like 140.
It's left,
Okay.
isn't it? Like, if we were like in Annaville, it would be like to the left.
Right.
From where we're in.
Umbria was the purple to the right on the map, wasn't it?
Yeah, if we're looking at the map straight on, it's to the right. So we'll shoot across
Yes,
the
it
narrowest
is.
way from where we
So
are to there.
If we are laying,
I'm dropping the map now, so you can tell me what you want to do.
Cool.
So go ahead and just drop a pointer on the map of what direction you plan on going.
yeah, like one.
That, I think, is about 140.
Right and down a little. Not quite immediately right, but a little lower.
So like that?
Nothing's popping up. I don't know.
Maybe
No,
actually
Too
more,
far down?
can we go more straight across?
Yeah, aiming at that tower that's close to your arrow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can go that way. All right. Your crew boards the airship. You guys take off to a sound of thunderous applause as everyone cheering as their hopes literally go up into the sky, knowing that you will save them. As the airship reaches an altitude of... What kind of altitude are you looking to fly at?
Pretty high. I don't really want to be close to the water.
So now that you're fully repaired, 15,000 feet is maximum altitude, basically 3 miles high.
We don't need to be that high.
Like half that.
Yeah, I'd say
Gotcha.
half would be pretty good. At least being able to see the sea and see underneath us should anything be moving.
Yep. All right. So
I-
moving at a height of 7,500. Go ahead.
As we leave, I look over the sun. There's a really strong chance we're not coming back, isn't there?
You want a statistic or you want just an honest yes or no on that?
Just, gut feeling.
My feeling is that it will not be there when we return.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And I'm not saying that in that they're going to all be destroyed, but in the sense that something's going to happen that's probably going to basically take them.
Yeah, they're probably going to get taken by Talon or something. Who knows? But yeah, I don't think we're coming back to the same Annaville here.
Yeah, most likely not. I just hope it's not corrupted when we return by another force. I'd rather them be taken than it to be corrupted by another Fae, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I had the songs muted. I couldn't hear.
Oh, you would like that. That's why I switched it.
It's perfect. Your music choice is always on point, but this one was especially good.
So, as we keep heading out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wide ocean starting to open up to you as night sets in.
And Yosara and I are up on the top of the deck with Gat looking back at Annaville, just like, yeah.
They're all gonna.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not probably wrong. But you know, honestly, what was that, Yosara?
Oh, I was just gonna say to Alex that nighttime wise, I'd like to get a little higher up so that we are not at risk of something coming out of the ocean at us. And visible to those on the ground.
Yep, no worries. All right, you're up at what, 10,000 feet?
Yeah, that's half of what we had, right? We can go at 15, right?
We're at 7.5.
Yeah, we're at 7.5.
Yeah, 15 is total.
All right. Moving up to 10,000 feet, 2 miles in the air. You feel like you can see forever. As you look out in all directions, you see land behind you, but more and more ocean starts to unfurl. You can't even see across that ocean. Even though it is narrow, it's still far enough as the sun goes down where you can't quite make out the shore.
That's fair. So Ildren and I are taking the evening shift. So I'm going to be staying up. And then... Oh, wait, no, is it Ildren and Yosara there take the evening shift? And then I take the day shift? I couldn't remember because Ildren can't handle the sun.
Yeah. Doing me and Ildren and you and Gat.
Yeah, so Gat, you good with staying up with... going to sleep? You and I are going to sleep?
Yeah, sure.
So we rotate down with part of the crew to sleep.
I take Deluma down with me.
That's fine. You know I don't care.
As we were leaving the port of Annaville, I want to, sort of what Sana mentioned before, I want to make sure that the newer members are paired with a more experienced person, and everyone is starting to be properly trained on the role they've been given.
Sorry, it's very intelligent of you.
Alright, I've got, Mike was the carpenter, Groth was the blacksmith, Megan was the huntress, Aurelia was with Aurelia, but obviously that was just to get her on the ship. So who do you want with whom? Buffy, Xander, and Willow are our three.
As you ask this, out of nowhere, a man materializes and Godride goes, I can take her. I can show her the ropes. Literally and figuratively.
No funny business, Godred.
Alright, Godred. I trust you.
Put him with the fat guy. Don't trust him with that 20-year-old girl.
No, I trust Godred. He's a good person.
No.
He's not led us astray. He's also looked after the ship when we've had to go down. He's fine.
I don't
I
trust
think he's a douche.
Why? He has given us no reason not to trust him. Look,
He's douchey.
I'll let Relia know she can come to me if she has any concerns or any issues, okay?
I would rather put her with Buffy or Willow.
Well, now Buffy's on the night shift. And so if she's a navigator, she probably needs to be in the day shift. And Godred's on the day shift with me.
Okay, then put her with... Either pair her with you, or... I don't know who. But, no, that was gross, and I don't like that.
Well, okay, I'll watch out for her and supervise him teaching her. Because I'll be monitoring the whole crew. But I'll pay extra attention to them. How about that? Does that make you two feel better?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to put her with Willow? Heck, I could put her with Megan. I mean, technically Megan's already a huntress. I could put Megan, Aurelia, and Willow together. And then Godred and I will just be watching the rest of the ship.
Okay, hang on. There's currently trained strength and con based. Currently trained engine. We have We Willow, and Byron. We're adding Mike, Groth, and Megan.
Yeah.
So, like, Byron and Mike, Willow and Groth, Buffy and Megan. Does that make sense?
So we want Byron with Mike, Willow with Groth, and then Megan with Buffy?
Sure.
Okay.
It's like a trained person and an untrained person paired up.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And
All
then who do you want for our riggers? We've got Xander.
Well, Rella's the only Dex person we're adding, and we're leaning towards training her as navigator.
Well, so
Right.
do you want her to work under Deluma and Godred, like rotate between the two to learn things?
No, she would be working more with you because you're captain when I'm sleeping. She's navigator.
Yeah, but she. All right, fine. She can work under me. That's
All right.
fine.
Training her as navigator.
She was our
All right.
map.
Yeah, you guys have map. You guys have stuff you can mess with for this. All right. As the night goes on, who's captain? Yosara?
At nighttime, yes.
Give me a perception check. Don't see anything on the horizon. It's a quiet night for you. The night goes on without a hitch. Come daytime, the sun is just starting to come up. As it rises in the east, you're unable to see land, although you get the feeling it is out there. But because you're looking directly into the sun, you're not able to really see it. Sana, are you taking over as captain?
Yes, I'm taking over as captain with Relia beside me, asking her to
Cool.
kind of almost help look out because we're continuously watching the horizons.
Give me a...
Throughout the night, I just want to, since we're doing the learning things, I want to try and learn what Ildren knows about the engine, so not only one person knows about the engine.
Gotcha. Teaching you, but then he gets distracted, then he starts teaching you and getting distracted, and you're trying to learn through his ADHD, and it's a challenge. It's started to come together, but it's a challenge. His ability to learn outshines his ability to teach.
Sounds about right.
Toss me that perception check.
Why does it have to be
Captain
perception?
Sana.
Can it be something else? Shoot.
No.
Damn. Wow. See? I need it to be something else. It's a 3 with a -2.
Yep, you guys don't see anything, and you've now crossed about half of the narrow sea. You can now see as the sun starts coming down. It's now evening. You can see the other side land.
So I'm going to rotate out with Yosara. After
Yosara,
having fought
Give me a
really
perception
with it,
check
but-
for something interesting. As you're going over the ocean, you start to get bored as there's literally nothing to see but water. Although you can start making out the shapes of land on the other side now.
As sun is still setting, as I'm looking up, it's not nighttime yet, can I try to adjust our heading to go more down right rather than just directly right?
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh, it didn't show up on the board.
Rooting for you.
Slightly higher
Well,
than that did.
with that 8, you do
Nate.
actually see something north of you. It would be south of you. No, north. North is fine. Something north of you. Flashes. Quick ones. And then they disappear.
Was that supposed to be a nature check?
Yeah, that was
No,
that
nature?
she wrote.
Yeah, it should have been perception.
The same.
Because I thought you actually had a good perception modifier.
No, I have a
Well,
minus.
maybe not.
Oh, I guess
Doesn't
it's the
matter.
exact
Still an
same
8.
one.
Still an 8.
Yeah.
You see flashes north of you.
Flashes like the gunfire we've seen flashes?
Possibly.
We've seen a decent amount of cannon fire.
Actually, wait, no, scratch that. It would be south of you. Final answer. That makes sense. Oh my god, why can't I move this? But south of you, you see a couple of flashes as if potential gunfire.
South and still over the ocean.
Still in the ocean.
Yusara kind of holds her breath and waits to see if anything hits the ship.
Nothing.
At 10,000 feet?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're pretty
But
high.
I don't know, dude. Just checking. Gonna just point it out to Ildren. At the next shift change, definitely gonna point it out to Gat and Sana.
Oh, as you pointed out to Ildren, he goes, "Oh yeah, there is something over there. I see at least one ship, maybe two." Because he has superior dark vision, it is night, and a million perception.
Yep.
See, we have the same eyesight.
Yeah, no, there's ships over there. Yeah, definitely.
Are they fighting each other, or are they like firing at something else?
He squints for a while. Well, they're not shooting at us. Could have been an accident.
Are they? But they're not still shooting, right?
I don't see anything. Oh, wait, no. And a few seconds later, you see another flash.
I make Ildren watch them for a little bit to try and see what he can figure out of like, are they just the ships fighting each other? Are they?
Kind of squints around for a little bit and comes back with, oh yeah, they're definitely mad at each other. There's a really big one, and no, it looks like two little ones.
Is it like the big one is fighting the two small ones?
Yes.
I'm gonna run downstairs and wake up like Gat and Son and be like, this might be our first chance at pirates.
First chance, pirate. Okay, what are you talking about?
There's some ships that come on, like come with me. Get up, go.
I'm up. Hold on, and I start grabbing my armor, trying to like put my pants on as I'm walking out the door.
Browse them
Cat
out.
just doesn't put pants on, does she?
No. And I don't even like
A belt of pants.
I just kind of like, yeah, she's got her blinking belt, and we're both just kind of running after you, Sara. What?
Yep, my long shirt.
I like point at what Ildren is still watching. I'm like, we could be pirates. Yeah, you said you wanted to be a pirate. There's some ships. They're fighting each other.
Well, I mean, we're high enough. Can we not just go ahead and start steering in that general direction to get a better visualization?
Yeah.
Can we fight with this ship? Do we have enough to like take down ships?
We have some
Like-
cannons, bolts, and some ballistas. We've restocked mostly. For our supplies, we should be able to fire upon them and injure a ship to sink one and technically save the other. But if we want to commandeer one, that's a different story in and of itself.
Also,
Yeah, I don't think we have enough people to make use of it right now.
I don't know, Gat. We're pretty good at what we do. I'm sure we could kill everybody off and then take over.
Well, okay, hang on though. Like the big one is fighting the two small ones. If we help the big one and take out one of the small ones, maybe the other would surrender and we could keep the ship.
I like where your head's at, because a big ship's nice, but, I mean...
No, I was saying we take the small ship. The second small ship.
Well, what if the big one then attacks the other small one after we've injured the first small one? Either way, let's just get closer and take a look and actually see what we can see. I mean, we need to also figure out what ships these are and whose they are, so they're going to be flying flags, right? Take down the dang Talon flag, too, for heaven's sake.
Oh,
we
we do not. No, it has not been up since we got to Annaville.
Good. All right, well, let's just...
It is also dark out, so...
It's not like they can see us unless we're over
assuming
them, right?
you guys are flying relatively low light. That wasn't established, but, that's how most airships would fly, is low or flying dark, bearing west. Yeah.
Barely any light other than... Because, I mean, we all have dark vision when we're up here, but very low dark light, most likely.
Meanwhile, the rest of the crew is tripping literally over themselves, but yes, you guys are fine.
We're fine.
Like, essentially tea light candles in little cubbies on the inside of the walls of the deck so they can see.
That would be fine, yeah. And, most people aren't looking up for things. Okay, so are you guys adjusting and taking a better look?
Yeah, I guess. Want to adjust heading and sink down a little so we can see. Kind of like...
Okay. What altitude do you want to drop down to? Remember, 5,000 feet a mile. It's actually 5,280, but still, 5,000 feet per mile. A mile is a long-ass way in the dark.
Yeah, I want to at least 5,000, if not like 32, something like that, 37.
Okay.
We were at
We're doing this by increments of 1,000, so dropping down to 3,000 feet. Okay.
All right,
Sure.
just take it out of our
It's up
hands.
under 3/4 of a mile, so
Yeah. So we can
I mean,
actually
3,000 feet is still a lot. A cannon range is like 1,600 straight up.
Yeah, as long as we don't get in range of their cannons, I will be fine. That's the main thing. I want us to stay far enough away that we're not in range of their cannons just yet.
also,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're right above them and they shoot cannons at us, that's their fault.
Not going to do shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
loses most of its velocity. Yeah.
fall back down on them.
Yeah. All right, so you guys drop down to 3,000 feet. As you're dropping down, the larger ship comes into view. It is the one in front, the two smaller ones flanking it. One on the, well, trying to. They're deep behind it. The larger one is firing a cannon sporadically, singular cannon. The little ones have not fired that you can see.
What direction are they heading?
North right.
So kind of straight through the channel instead of up to.
Yes.
Can I see if I can visualize any of the flags on either of the ships, or see if there's any bearing markings on the holes that identify the ships for who and what?
It would
they
be
might
too dark at 3,000 feet to identify any of the flags on the ships.
Can I get Ildren to do it?
Yeah, but even with dark vision, yeah, he's not going to be able to identify the flags at this range.
Okay, so the big one is trying to outrun the two smaller ones. They don't seem to really be firing.
Why is the big one only firing one cannon though?
Maybe they only have one cannon.
But I feel like it's different from that. I feel like if they had multiple cannons, they would sound the alarm and be firing multiple. What if there's not enough people on the ship?
Yeah, I mean, they either only have one cannon or they only have one cannoneer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You want to get a little closer? Can we see any details as far as like how many cannons are visible or how many?
The ship is still a distance in front of you, so you're not over top of them. So between your height and the distance away from it, it's still about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, but they're not burning dark. These ships are burning torches on board. They're well lit.
Can we come up on the right or left side of it? Maneuver our ship around to be running alongside it, just out of cannon range. Be about like 18,000. No, like 1,800 feet away.
Okay.
To the left.
Dropping down to Captain Yosara. You're dropping down to 1,800 feet, attempting to flip the ship.
I want to come in, so yeah, we're going the same direction as them, like above.
Okay. And then trying to come up roughly beside them?
Yeah. But out of cannon range.
Stay at 2.
Stay above 2,000 feet?
Yeah, like that's the lowest I want to go right now.
All right. Captain Yosara, roll me a charisma check to direct the crew. Meanwhile, Sana, as you are one of the lead engineers or engine people, give me a strength check. Oh my god. And Gat, as you are running the riggings, calling out orders, doing your thing, give me your dexterity.
Can I roll athletics for strength check?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Oh, I would have rolled a thing then.
Holy shit. Yosara, between your charisma, Gat, you know exactly what to do with all of the riggings, and Sana, you're keeping everything going in the right direction. The ship turns flawlessly, drops to 2,000 feet, and is still moving relatively silently with no major issues. The crew you're now slightly above the larger ship, and off to the right. You're able to see it now, and Yosara?
I still don't have pants on either.
I have like no armor on, just like my pants are like on with no shoes and a belt. I'm running around. Me and Gat are just half dressed right now. It's great.
Ildren, watching all this happen, goes, "Yeah, that's very impressive." So I did the hard part, and I can tell you that large ship has a Caledon flag. The smaller ones, they look Republic of Umbria, and those torches on the ships, they're not torches. The big one's on fire. You're welcome.
I mean, we're trying to buddy up with Umbria. Helping them take out the Caledon ship might be the way.
Are we trying to buddy up with them? I mean, we don't
Well,
know.
we were going to try and get safe passage not over water for the people.
That's fair.
Yeah, we may even get a ship out of helping them to go get those people.
But we've got to see if, we got to stop the big ship from being on fire. I mean, we can go jump on it and take out anybody that's on it, but we got to stop it from being on fire if we're going to do anything.
Ildren has icy magic.
He does.
That's gonna
All icy.
But we need to call out to the smaller ships and let them know we're on their side in some form or fashion. But if we do so, we will be alerting everyone to our position, Captain.
Yeah, can we drop back so we're even with the smaller ships?
Yes. It is nighttime, though, but yes.
I can't see anything on that map. Is that intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't know what ship you're planning on interacting with. I have several of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think lowering down so we can have some form of contact with the smaller ships and offer help.
I mean, permission to go get dressed, Captain. Sana finally says as she looks down at her bare feet. What was that?
Yes, I thought you
Now,
woke you up.
I do want to bring this up as you are in an airship. It's not incredibly fast. If you drop down and let the larger ship go in front of you, it may take quite a while to catch it, if you could catch it.
Okay, so stay even with the larger ship.
You're right now relatively even with it, but it could potentially outrun you.
Because we're high up, we're able to stay pace.
Kind of, yeah.
I think we should try and stay paced, and I'm gonna grab Gat, and we're gonna both get our clothes on, and come back up to the deck.
Cat, begrudgingly, I'm guessing, gets dressed.
And I say, I know, pants are not fun. Let's just get dressed so we can fight these idiots. Obviously, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, it's like hopping up the stair trying to get her boot on.
I'm strapping in the last bits of my armor and my shield in my other hand. I'm like, look, either way, we need to keep up with the big ship if we're gonna help the Umbrian ships, because that's the ship they're trying to take out. So the best way to make our presence known is with a boom or a yell of some kind out to them, in my opinion. I say
Godride goes up to you. Captains? I just thought, I mean, if that's a Caledon ship, it's a Caledon airship. Just think about it.
Why is it in the water, though?
Huh?
It looks as if it's skimming along the edge of the water right now, as if it's in the water. It doesn't look like it's flying like we are.
No, we're a Caledon airship. Only Caledon has airships. That's a Caledon ship. They're going to think we're from Caledon. Nobody knows we've taken the airship. I mean, a few people might, but...
That's a really good point.
That is a very good point. How do we use that to our advantage?
Like, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I do know.
That's fine. That's very good advice. Thank you for letting us know and reminding us.
Yeah, if we show ourselves, they're immediately going to assume we're Caledon.
They wouldn't believe us if we were to just land on their ship, would they? How far away are the ships from us right now? Pretty far, right?
Basically starting to match pace with the larger ship, but you're still 2,000 feet up.
So there would be no way to just drop down right on top of it.
I mean, you'd have to drop to, a couple hundred feet and then rappel in.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and if we get lower, They're gonna assume we're a Caledon airship to help Caledon.
This is true. I mean, we can just stay at our position and hold until we decide what to do, but I think we're going to need to make a move one way or another to get in this game.
Kind of wanting to just watch how this plays out for a minute. See if, like, since we've been following them, they went downstairs, got dressed, came back up. Have the two smaller ships stayed about where they distance they were at from the Caledon?
Oh no, they're gaining on the big ships. The two smallest ships are definitely faster.
Okay.
If one of the smallest ships got in front of you and wanted to, it could easily outrun you guys. They're riding with the wind, and the two smaller ships, in the time you've been watching them, you can tell they are built for speed. The larger ship, not built for speed. It looks like it's a large transport of some kind.
That's what I was thinking. We need to load the cannons and the ballistas regardless, Yosara, of what your decision.
Yeah,
I don't care if we wait.
And upon ordering loading of the cannons, you realize you have 2 cannonballs left.
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't have a lot of weapons.
That's fine. What about the ballistas?
Plenty.
Alright, load the ballistas and move them on the side facing the, whatever side they are. Have the cannons in reserve, loaded and ready to fire should they be necessary.
You have 3 ballistas and 2 cannons loaded and ready to go.
I mean, one way or another, we need to take one of these ships and get our cannons back up to snuff. I honestly want to rappel down and steal off their ship. Steal their cannons.
Yeah, but, I mean, stealing from them would be cool. Repurposing this ship would also be cool because it's a large transport ship and we're trying to transport the entirety of Annaville.
Ildrid, Captain? There's weird things all over their deck. I mean, some are on fire, but I need to get lower to figure it out, but that deck is covered in some things. It doesn't look like a normal deck.
We've got our stuff loaded. I'm ready to fight if we need to be, so it's up to you on if you want to lower us down.
Which ship has weird shit on it?
The Caledon ship, the large
transport
ship.
Down to get lower, I don't want to initiate fire unless we have to right now.
They still are unaware of our presence, is that correct?
As far as you can tell.
Alright, I'm down. Let's lower the ship. Try and keep speed, though, with the larger vessel at all times.
We are 100 foot at a time until Ildrin can see a little bit clearer what is on the ship.
Okay. It starts to come into view. Let's see, wait, players. There we go. And that's what you start seeing all over the ship, as well as several tiny fires on board, as your dark vision allows you to start making out shapes and objects on the ship.
Those are beds?
They're empty beds.
Is this refugee or is this a slave ship?
Asking that question, Godride comes up behind you. What do you see? I can't really see in the dark that well.
It looks like beds, like a ton of beds on the top deck of the ship with some dead bodies around.
Isn't it obvious? It's from Caledon, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Are they trying to get to Pineland to retrieve people? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's probably the relief ship.
So it's not going to be well manned in the first place.
I don't know about that, but it's definitely designed to carry people.
What crew normally is needed to command this type of ship, Godred?
A ship that size? 20? 30? Under normal conditions.
I see
If
three
they
Shit, we can just tie the airship to it and drag the airship along while we crew the water ship.
This is true.
If they're going to pick up everyone from Pineland, they're going to be traveling with minimum crew, which is probably why, one, there's dead bodies everywhere.
Well, how do we get the Umbrian ships to back off and let us take over?
That ship. We got to stop it before they get to Pineland. The question is, how do we do that without Umbria, just taking it? Can we swing down the Talon flag so that's visible?
I mean, it's nighttime, so you can try. Whether or not they see it is kind of unknown.
Well, yeah, but if we fly the Talon flag in a way that's visible, that'll at least show the Umbrians we're not part of Caledon.
But
And we knew Talon and Pineland were fighting.
do we know if Talon and Umbria have an agreement at all? Kat, do you remember if at all they had one? Godred,
Do I remember them?
Godred, what is Umbria
I mean,
and
not
Talon?
specifically, but it has been alluded to multiple times of what their relationship is.
I'm trying to get
That
somebody to remind
anyone
me.
could have got. Not just you get.
I'm just trying to get somebody to remind Sana of what that relationship was. Godred, what's Talon
Yep.
and Umbria's relationship?
Last I heard, shitty.
How shitty? Like, shitty is we're shoot first, ask questions later, or shitty is and if they saw the Talon flag over a Crumbian ship, they'd pause and figure out what the fuck was going on before they fired.
More like, why would you ask questions if everybody's dead, shitty?
Alright, that's fair enough. Then that's not probably a good idea. Yo, sorry, I would not lower that flag.
Yeah, we don't have another flag though. That's from okay. I mean, we can just swing down and start helping take out the crew, but
I think we need to start taking out the Umbrian ships, and then well, that's not going to work either, because you want Umbria to be our friend.
well, I mean, if we take out the Umbrian ships, we're never going to catch up to the Caledon ship.
We don't have to. We just have to fire at him a little bit more, smack him back off.
Maybe they don't know that we don't have ammunition, so maybe just seeing our presence with the knowledge that these nations have of these ships, we might just scare those other two ships off just from them knowing that this ship has air support.
Intimidation. That's what I was thinking. If we let our position be known with do we have any of those ballistas that light on fire?
I mean, it
We can
wouldn't
just
take much to light a ballista on fire.
Yeah.
Just wrap a rag around it. You could do it pretty easily.
Stick torches around the ship and make ourselves.
Mhm.
I was gonna say we should fire a lit ballista onto one of them, like a near miss shot, and then light out all of our torches up and hover right over the top of this big ship.
Let's not take the shot unless we have to, because we don't have that much ammunition at the moment.
All right, well then light
Ballistas, you have plenty.
Yeah.
Cannons, you're light.
We can drop lower and light ourselves up, so all of a sudden an airship appears above the Caledon ship that's getting chased.
Be intimidation enough. Is there any other intimidation factors we can add to the ship besides just illuminating it in the dark?
What do you have in mind?
Do you have any kind of scary voices that you can fill their heads with?
30 feet.
Yeah,
I know what you're
somebody's
thinking, Sana.
I know. Shut up, Alex. Stop bringing up
Not unfortunately.
I don't have anything that would make it stand out. The only thing I can think of would be if we were to light the ship up and then get over the other large ship and we have one of us silhouetted, which it could be me since I'm one of the bigger of us. I could stand up on the rear of the ship with lights behind me and illuminate myself. My eyes glow in this stupid helmet these days. I say, holding my helmet to the side. I don't know how much of an intimidation that would be for them, but it would be pretty intimidating. Maybe.
Interesting tactic.
I don't know. What do you think?
It's worth a shot. I don't know. I feel like you're kind of easily identified as not Caledon, though.
Well, that's just it. It's just a silhouette, fully armored silhouette at the rear of the ship, ready to fight and protect, plus with the ship all being lit up. Each of us could stand around in a sense to kind of throw shadows around to make it seem like we've got a fully manned airship here, so we want to intimidate the hell out of them and get them to back off.
Are you trying to dangle Sana as a
I don't want to dangle,
scarecrow?
damn it. wouldn't suggest
Not
dangling.
dangling anybody over the side.
And I really like the fire ballistas, at least a few of them, because then we can like start catching their little ships on fire.
I really
Get
think
them
we
panicked
should
a
fire
little
2 of the
bit.
ballistas, one at each
Okay.
of the ships to hit the front of them and catch it on fire, and then light our whole entire ship up right after we fired the bolts, so they know exactly
Yep.
who did it.
Great. Let's get the crew ready. Have 2 ballistas trained so they can shoot back at the 2 Umbrian ships.
And we have a trained archer with us now.
This is true. We have
Whoever's
multiple actually
manning
trained
the
archers.
Whoever's manning the 2, have them ready to light their ballista bolt on fire and shoot at the sails of the 2 Umbrian ships.
I'll get
Everyone else
Megan.
ready. Everybody else get ready to just light torches every 10, 15 feet or whatever, so the ship just illuminates.
I'll get Megan and
Okay.
Buffy and Aurelia and Deluma. Oh man, the ballistas.
All right. You've got your ballista crew picked out. You have your plan. You're firing on them, and
We're gonna drop down before we fight. We're gonna drop down to 500 feet, because we want
Okay.
them to see us,
And we
right?
want to be
All right.
almost above the
Yeah.
big ship.
We
2
wanna
to
be
500 feet.
Yeah.
ship.
The other ships are about 1,000 feet off at slight, just under 40, about 30-degree angles,
Okay.
and they're pacing one on either side at about 30-degree angles. And as you guys drop down to, what did you say, 500 feet?
Yeah, that puts us
You
at
s-
the edge of their cannon range. So.
You see a flash of the cannon from the larger ship, and then you see why you haven't seen anything fire from the smaller ships, as several ballistas fire from the ship on the, it would be, in the direction of travel, the ship on the right fires several ballistas that are not lit up at the larger ship, implying that they've been peppering this larger ship with ballistas for a while now.
All right, we're gonna try and execute our plan just immediate, as they fire. I want us to be the return fire.
Okay, so illuminating your ship, firing all ballistas and cannons, or just the ballistas?
Just
Just 2
ballistas.
ballistas, one at each. One flaming ballista at each ship's sail.
Like off the side, aiming at the 2 ships at 30-degree angle, 1,000 feet away, lit.
All right.
All of a sudden, everything lights up. The ballistas are lit, and they fire right after they fire.
Firing a shot across their bow, not actually trying to hit them, right?
Oh,
Or
no.
are you trying to hit them?
We're trying to hit them.
Their sails.
Okay.
Sails.
All right. Go ahead and give me a dexterity. Yeah, let's go. Who's firing? 2 of your crew members?
I've got Megan and Buffy on one of the ballistas.
Gotcha.
With Aurelia
So
and
you
Deluma on the
guys
other.
give me charisma, just a persuasion roll, to talk them into exactly how to fire this for both of you.
Okay.
With your 10 million persuasion, Yosara.
Persuasion or charisma based stat?
Charisma. Let's go persuasion. You're just talking them into it as you explain exactly what to do.
Isn't Yosara's the opposite? Like she should do like a like a deception or reverse of persuasion?
Yeah.
Deception, but
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm confused, but I'm rolling what you told me to.
Yep. Well, one of them nat 20'd, and the other one got a 17, so that would be a hit for both of them if you can get a high enough persuasion. Sana.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah, each of you. One for each ballista.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, yeah. Firing both, the ballistas hit the sails of either ship, and small embers start to begin to burn as the ballistas hit directly into their sails. Immediately, your ship lights up in a beautiful display of power over this larger ship. One of the ships, the one on the left, breaks off immediately. The one on the right, however, does not. And the fire on the sail begins to grow slightly.
I'd load up another.
Left side ballista loads. Whose was that?
If that's okay with the captain.
Yeah, take another shot at it. I I want to reload both ballistas that were fired. Like, I want to keep them loaded.
Okay. All right. So
Don't immediately fire the one that turned away, that broke off.
So we both roll again to make sure that they load it properly?
I don't know.
Yes. That's basically what you're doing.
Can we go back to the just charisma based thing we were doing?
Sure. Just charisma based. Gat, you're going to roll for them. So give me 2 naked d20 rolls to signify their attack roll. Gat.
Y'all really gonna miss again?
I did not roll very well.
Yosara gets the 9. Oh, no. As they fire, basically I'm taking an average of the 2. As they fire, the 2 next flaming ballistas go off into the ocean with a splash on either side. And as you drop down to 500 feet, with your illuminated ship, you realize the ship on the right has actually tethered itself to the larger ship and is reeling itself in rapidly. Some of the ballistas they fired were anchored and are beginning to pull themselves in. It looks like a raid mission.
How, Sorry, go ahead.
Can Ildren, like, I don't know where we are right now, but can
You're
Ildren
500
drop
feet above the ship. The other ship is about 500
feet.
feet away from the other ship. Can Ildren what? Drop
Can
into
Ildren,
the...
like, huh?
Can Ildren drop into the ships?
Can Ildren, like, jump down and cut the rope and then flash back up to us, or... I don't know if that's
The range of his dimension door is 500 feet, so in theory...
Can you take someone
Is it
with
just
him?
one rope?
We can drop lower and
We need to drop on the ship and disengage the Umbrian ship.
can we drop lower and shoot at whatever the tether's anchored to?
Yeah, you could certainly try.
On the other ship, we want to shoot where the tethers
Yeah.
are anchored, like on the ballistas or
On
whatever
the
that fired. Or, yeah,
Yep,
Not trying to damage the Caledon.
yeah.
I gotcha. Dropping lower, you're able to get a better look at the Umbrian ship, and as it starts to take shape. There we go. This is the Umbrian ship, crewed mostly by orcs, as its view is several, possibly even almost a dozen ballistas. Many of them with large anchors designed for capturing ships.
Whichever one is tethered to the ship currently.
Which is this one, the one that's been revealed. And it is at 500 feet, reeling itself in as several orcs appear on the ship, pulling large chains, pulling themselves in.
Can I confirm that the far opposite ship has peeled off and is no longer in pursuit and going the opposite direction of us now?
It has broken off, and it is moving at about a 45-degree angle to you guys.
Okay.
So
hang
it's
on.
like going away from us. It's no longer engaging.
It is.
It doesn't want to engage.
Distance is being added, yes.
Okay.
The orcs pulling on the chain to get closer to the Caledon ship. Are they pulling on the chain like from one spot?
There are multiple. 3 spots that you can tell.
Yes,
How many orcs does it look like we can see from here?
How many what?
How many bodies can we see moving around on the enemy ship?
Oh, at least a dozen. They're moving around. There's probably more.
How's the fire sail looking?
Fire in the sail. They have cut the sail, and they are no longer flying their front sail, not necessarily their primary. And they have cut it off and let it into the ocean.
Usara, is there a way we can land on the smaller ship and disengage them there, in a sense, but letting them know what we're planning to do?
You're saying land on the smaller ship and tell them, hey, we're not actually trying to hurt you. We just want to take the Caledon ship.
Yeah, and let them know that we'll be returning to Umbria to across the way, and they can meet us back later with it. And then they can
The smaller ship has reeled itself into 400 feet from the larger ship. They are pulling themselves in and have taken down their primary sail. They're not running any sails. It's now they're tethered, and reeling themselves in.
Real risky, because if they get pissed and just try to kill us, then we're never going to catch up to the big ship again.
No, they're still attached. It wouldn't matter as long as we get on that ship, whether we have to fight to our death or not. I mean, I'll kill them all if I have to, but being able to have a conversation about this would be appropriate. But I think Gat should come with me if we're going to do this, but I just don't know how easily we can get down there.
I mean, we can drop to be above them, drop, another 100 feet and rappel down like we did. They're just immediately going to start shooting at us because they think we're an enemy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's got to be another way for us to get on the ship. Can I just, take a rope and swing over and land on the ship from where we're at?
How many people can Ildren take with his dimension door?
I should have looked that up. Dimension door. Actions. What is it? Level 5 spell? Dimension door level 4. Teleport yourself from current location to spot range. You arrive. You can bring along objects. You cannot take people.
We've taken people before and broken that rule.
I thought it was a hospital you could take.
It's 500 feet. You can also bring along, one willing creature of your size or smaller.
Damn.
He's so tiny.
He is. Is there a way for us to, if we were to repel, will we be able to swing ourselves over onto the encroaching ship from where we are?
Yeah, you could try.
When I land in the water if I don't make it?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you're wanting that, we could just drop down onto the Caledon ship, and then once Umbria gets close, we can,
All right, well, let's make a decision.
The Umbrian ship is continuing to reel itself in.
We can see.
Let's
just
If we jump down on the Caledon ship, will they think that we're allies since we have their airship?
Most
or are they
likely.
going to see us and know?
They'll see us
No.
and know, but we need to land now because we need to make a decision. Either way, we're going to be fighting somebody.
We're dropping down to 120 feet.
Okay. As you drop down to 120 feet, the Umbrian ship, it gives them time to reel in to 125 feet. They're now getting pretty close. But as you drop lower, you start hearing, "Oh, yes!" The 4 people you can clearly make out on deck start cheering, realizing an airship has arrived.
Sana, if we're going with your thing, we need to make them very loudly regret the airship being here. So we drop down together. We need to just immediately kill these guys.
All right. If we kill them and the orcs come on board, you better be ready to persuade the shit out of them if we're on their side.
Yeah, I mean, we got that, and worst comes to worst, we have to kill a bunch of orcs too. But y'all ready to board this Caledon ship, I guess? Hopefully towards the back where I see more people.
Let's do it. And Sana immediately straps a rope out and is about to jump off the ship, just like she's just ready now.
And I have my hands near my knives.
Okay.
Gotta keep the ship steady from where we drop. Get up a little out of cannon range and just wait for our signal to pick us up. Okay?
I gotcha. Keep her steady.
Drop down to 75 so we can hold a reasonable drop with the rope.
As I am about to drop down, I turn to say, Xander, Willow, you're protecting the ship. You and Buffy, all 3 of you, make sure that we don't get shot down and that no one boards the ship but us back up in.
Yeah, of course. Duh. We got you.
Sure.
Don't worry about it.
Let's just rappel down to the back of this Caledon ship and take out these fighters.
There's about 6 that I can see.
Oh, there were
There's
4.
3 on the back. There's 1 in the center bottom and 2 kind of away from the back. Towards the
Okay. Where's your guys' target landing?
I'm immediately landing with the 3 that are whoever's clustered together. I'm landing whoever clustered together.
Back with the steering wheel.
All right. So looking to land on the bridge part of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. All of you give me athletic checks as Ildren decides to stay with the ship.
I remember how earlier you said climbing a rope was acrobatics?
It's athletics and acrobatics.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, you can do acrobatics. Oh my god.
I can?
Yes.
Thank you.
I did athletics, so I'm really good athletically.
Yeah, you can do athletics or acrobatics. Okay, Sana, you slide down very professionally. Yosara, you slide down with one hand on the rope, one foot on the rope, holding a freaking pistol in one hand, even though you're not going to use it, but it's glowing and it looks badass, and somewhere a pirate hat appears, and everyone just goes, whoa. Gat, you fall and then grab onto the rope in an overhand motion and manage to stable yourself before making a complete ass of yourself. Fortunately, nobody saw that.
True to form.
You all make it down to the deck of the ship, absolutely unharmed, the three of you, because Ildren is nowhere to be found, because screw him right now. Boom, Boom, and Sana. There you go. Boom. As you guys land on the deck of the ship.
I am going to assassinate this guy. Now, are we killing these people or talking to?
Sorry, I already made the
just
decision.
go for assassinate. Okay. Well, wow.
We're not going to stop you,
Oops,
basically.
hang
Yeah,
on.
like, you just start doing whatever you do, and we'll just probably be right behind you. No worries.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
which one are you going for?
Yes, we're killing them.
I'm going for this guy.
Yeah, as he's loading the cannon, the other guy is assisting him. Go ahead and roll attack with advantage. It'll be a crit if it hits.
Oh, advantage.
You got it.
Alright. I hadn't rolled anything in a long time. Yeah.
Having no clue this was about to happen, go ahead and roll attack. Hold shift for the damage. Poor guys.
We wanted to be pirates. You get your sneak attack too.
Yeah, it'll be sneak attack and hold shift for the damage. So if you're making a melee, make it with the fine dagger or the heavy dagger. If you're making a non-melee attack, a thrown attack, you can use one of the throwing daggers.
Okay. Did I grab a throwing dagger? I thought I grabbed my fine dagger.
That one, according to the damage, was the throwing dagger. So just make sure you're grabbing the right one.
Okay. I don't usually use.
It's all right. Yeah, and hold shift when you do. It'll apply critical damage as, again, he has no idea this is coming.
Okay. So
and then
now
sneak attack with critical. Yeah. Just go ahead and re-roll the damage on that. I deleted it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah. No, you actually got to roll it on the guy. That missed.
Fuck.
Alright. Third time's a charm, or 3 strikes you're out.
Okay. Alright.
Smash.
Can
And
I
now
immediately- Now sneak attack. That's right. Sneak attack.
Yep, sneak attack.
Sneaky,
With
sneaky.
shift?
Yep, with shift.
Oh, good
Jesus.
lord. Yeah.
Yeah, you just walk up as he's loading a cannonball. He pushes the cannonball in, turns around, and bam, just slashes throat. Blood sprays out. The other guy beside him is like, "What the hell? I thought you were..." Ah! And he grabs for his weapon. Everybody roll initiative.
That guy.
Can I
Everyone roll initiative, as that was the assassination round.
I'm coming, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this update. Oh, I gotta do it individually now? Okay. Number 4, who was literally right next to you, he will beat you in the initiative order. I think that's number... Yes. So the guy right next to you beats you in initiative order, but nobody else does. With the guy literally right next to you, pulling out his saber, swinging at you, Gat, and missing. He takes his pistol and takes a shot at Yosara. There's a quick pop, and the bullet goes wide. Gat, it'll be your turn.
I've still got the other guy's body, like, hasn't fallen yet, and I take it and I kind of throw it towards that guy to distract him, and I come around the side with my dagger.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
Roll attack.
Fuck.
The body pulls you off balance a little bit as his still semi-living hand grabs onto you, and it spooks you just enough to make you miss.
Okay, and I
Go
swing
ahead.
around with the other one.
Go ahead and roll swing around with the other one. That's going to hit. No sneak attack on this one as he does see you coming and he's not engaged.
Fuck you.
Stabbing him, the piercing of the damage, I think, or whatever damage type you used, was slightly resisted by his armor as you feel it kind of drag across. With that, the crew takes their turns. The two on the deck realize they have boarders on board, and one of them dashes, engaging with you, Yosara. The other one dashes, engaging with you, Sana. Number 3 breaks away from the wheel, moving to the opposite side of you, Sana, and pulls his saber and engages in melee combat. He takes a flanking attack against you, Sana, and misses. Pulling his pistol, he takes a quick pot shot at you, Yosara, and misses. Oh my god, their accuracy is not supposed to be this bad. That concludes their turn. Except for the one in the middle of the ship who begins running, trying to assist. With that, it is now your turn, Yosara.
Yeah, I want to Eldritch Blast the one Gat stabbed.
Okay. That's going to hit. Roll damage. Ooh, that's going to critical hit. Go ahead and roll damage, and then roll damage again.
I didn't want to roll the attack again. I tried to grab damage.
Well, roll damage twice, because that was a crit. There's a quick blast, and suddenly a big chunk of his flesh flies off of his shoulder. You can see bone. Go ahead and roll damage again.
Every time damage, it picks up the attack die.
Huh?
As being a problem.
As you fire the second shot, he gets blasted back and falls over the edge. There's a splash a second later. You have a third Eldritch Blast if you want to take it.
Yeah. This is cheeky. I don't care. I want to shoot down the Caledon flag.
Okay, there is definitely a Caledon pennant on the mainsail. Go ahead and make an attack against it. It would be the one over here. You shoot, you hit near where the flag was, and now it bends, but somehow it catches more wind and flaps more brilliantly, although it is half broken.
That's at the dodge bonus action.
Okay. Sana, you're up.
Okay. Just gonna immediately go for the idiot in front of me, I guess. Oh, missed terribly.
Taking a swing, you hear a click as your sword his sword blocks it.
This is one of those days.
Second one hit.
Oh, I don't want to do that right now.
That's gonna do damage. Yeah, bashing him. I can't remember. Do paladins get a third attack at level 10? Is that just fighters?
I don't know. Is he prone though? Did he fail?
What is that? Yes, he would have failed, so he will be prone.
Knocking him prone, I'm gonna pivot in a defensive stance to the one that's behind me. Making sure I'm defensively shielding myself from him. But not like
Gotcha.
disengaging in
Yep.
any way from the fight that's around me. I think that's all I can do, isn't it? Or
Yeah. Huh. I guess paladins don't get a third attack. I thought they did.
Well, isn't my bonus action my shield bash, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I thought they got another attack at level 5, but I guess they don't. That's just fighters and everybody else. It's dumb.
Paladins like stuff.
They get what?
Sarah?
I think it's paladins get more smite stuff.
I'm supposed to,
Yeah, but I don't know. They should get 3 attacks. I mean, that should be like fighter classes. Every 5 levels, you get another attack.
Was you
Anyway,
going to
doesn't
give me
matter.
another attack?
Not yet.
Uh-huh.
With that, the deckhand that had fallen in the water proceeds to drift away. Gat, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna dance back, flank this guy.
Attack with advantage.
Advantage, right. Okay. Advantage.
Yeah, I'm going to say that hits. You will get sneak attack on this one.
Awesome. Okay, and I don't understand why we hit shift. When would I hit shift?
That's for critical damage. This is not a critical. Just sneak attack.
Okay, got you.
Plink! As you stab him, his armor absorbs your piercing and the sneak attack piercing, even though you rolled spectacularly. Their armor seems to be designed to protect against piercing attacks and piercing fire, which makes sense considering that's what most ships and people on ships use. You have a second attack, but no sneak.
Okay.
Remember, there's one prone. Can she attack the one that's prone? Is she close enough to do so?
She could, but she wouldn't get sneak on that, and since she's flanking, she'll still get advantage on this attack.
Gotcha.
Oh, advantage from flank. Okay.
Yep. And because you're, yeah.
And I only get sneak once per turn, right?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
It's really intense music. I like it.
Stabbing him again. This attack is partially resisted as well. Their armor seems specially designed against piercing.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay. With that, the crew takes their turn. The first one swings his sword against Gat, who is directly attacking him. This one hits. Gat, you take minimal damage.
Dodge.
Okay, Gat, you take 3 damage instead of 5.
Beat 2, you round down.
Do you round down or round up? I've always rounded up. Do they actually have a rule on that? I've heard it go both ways so many times.
The PHB says to round down.
Okay. I will start rounding down then. I have always rounded up, but I'm fine going by player handbook. The other deckhand runs... Actually, no, he doesn't run into... to help his friends. He runs to the stairs and then disappears below deck. You hear shouting down there. Deckhand 3, who is flanking Sana.
I turned around to face him in a defensive stance on my last attack after knocking the one prone, so I am facing him. So...
I gotcha. His first attack misses. His second attack does hit. You're gonna take...
Why don't we have any of our stabby, murdery people down here with us?
I don't know. 6 damage. The guy who was prone Stands up, wasting half of his movement, but then proceeds to attack you with his short sword. And misses. He'll make a second attack with the short sword and miss. And Yosara, your turn.
Yeah. I'll just swing my pack weapon at the one that's between me and Gat.
Okay. What is your packed weapon?
Great question. We just have the generic stats on it right now.
Okay. Packed weapon, melee is slashing.
Yeah, sorry. Damage type for melee is slashing, ranged is piercing.
Okay.
Because ranged is like a heavy crossbow, but...
Yeah. You going slashing damage on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. That's going to hit. Yeah, now roll damage. Even though you just got the minimum damage on that, the weapon cuts right through the armor and offers a big gaping hole. These guys don't like that.
Yeah, I did.
Your second attack, oof, nat 20s. Go ahead and roll damage. You cut his head clean off. It flies up about 2 inches and then lands on the deck. You have decapitated him.
The other one.
I think. I mean, that should have dying. Oh, there he is. I got it.
Oh, how close? Okay, if I glance around, how close is the Umbrian ship?
50 feet. Real close.
I like sort of turn to them and like raise my packed weapon, like not in an aggressive way, in like a celebratory battle way, just like ah.
Okay, you celebrate battle to the orcs.
Them to see us actively killing these people.
Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, they may have gone for it. They may have not.
Yeah, and then just I'm just here now.
Okay.
Dodge. Yeah.
What about the flag?
Sana.
Well, I already shot. I already swung.
Okay.
Sana.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm gonna pivot around and go after the guy already damaged once.
That's gonna hit. Roll damage. You slash into them, blood sprays everywhere. Their armor offers no protection at all from whatever you're hitting them with.
Okay. Oh. Can I pivot and hit this deckhand behind me?
Sure.
Just like pivot from one to the other? Okay.
That's gonna hit. Roll damage.
Would love to. Oh, yes. That should do it, right?
Mm-hmm. Try.
So
Your sword comes down in a heavy, angry smite. Blood sprays everywhere as it's illuminated by the glow of radiant energy. With that, he is bleeding but not dead.
Alright, and I am going to turn and bash the one behind me with my shield.
Okay. He succeeds and will not go prone. Go ahead and roll damage as you bash him. Slamming into him, it does considerable damage as you feel bones break. He's not looking very good, but he is still alive.
And
Does that conclude your turn?
I'm gonna look at Gat in a head nod towards the one that I just smashed with the shield and pivot around and go in a defensive stance towards deckhand 3. knowing that as
She does it, I just spin my dagger in my hand.
because I know Gat's about to finish what I just almost finished, basically.
Yeah.
As you spin, feeling good about yourself, you guys hear a heavy. Everyone, give me dexterity saving throws as the orc ship has fired a volley of ballistas.
Remember,
Okay.
everybody gets like a +3 or whatever around me. I can't remember. Is it +3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gat, you duck under it, no problem. Sana, you look up and realize it is a chain shot, which is 2 ballistas tied together by a chain designed to wrap around riggings, wrap around people, or decapitate those who are not paying attention.
Great.
Sana, as you fail to save, you'll take 19 damage as a heavy chain rips across, almost ripping off your head, but instead it just does significant bludgeoning damage to you. However, as you go to fight the 2 deckhands, their bodies fall to the ground, absent their faces.
So the chain ripped them off, but injured me.
Injured you, tore them to pieces.
Are you
Well,
gonna put the
into 2 pieces.
damage on my character? Are you gonna be able to do
19.
that? Do you need me to do the damage to my character?
I got it.
Can we
With
call
that-
more of our guys down here? Can we get some of our
Yeah.
other fighters down here?
You want to call in some of your people?
Would they hear it? Would they hear it? Is it wise to do that? Like, is the ship going to fall out of the air if we do that? Or because I think we've got guys
Probably
coming
not.
up from the bottom and we've got orcs coming on from the side. It needs to be more than 3 of us.
It's not going to fall out of the air. I mean, getting the mercenaries down here wouldn't be a bad idea.
I think we should.
Okay, calling up to the mercenaries.
Can we, like...
So I think Willow and Brian should come
How
down.
high above is the
Or
ship?
Xander.
like 100.
How high? Sorry, what was that?
Like 100 feet, 120.
100 feet. Does anyone have message?
If Ildren was with us, wouldn't he have message? Why don't I just climb back up and tell Buffy and Xander and Willow to come down and ask Aurelia and
That's going to take like 10 turns.
Yeah.
to climb up?
So with that, we'll say Ildren is sitting there pointing his fingers over the edge going, hey, Osara, how's it going?
First off, Ildren, fuck you. Second off, send the mercenaries.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go myself, but I'm not gonna. It looks like cold down there and like, ugh, gross.
Well, just say Ildren's not fighting because it's starting to become daytime or something.
Yeah, let's go with that. Early morning. It's starting to get bright. With that, Buffy is like, yeah, screw you, but Willow and Xander can go.
That's fine.
That's fair. That makes sense.
And can we also get him to have Aurelia and Megan armed with bows to be shooting?
Firing down from the top.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
And everybody else just manning the ship as normal.
Yep.
Thank you.
Ship dips back down to the like 75 that we rappelled down at. You see the other 2 mercenaries start their rappelling.
Yeah, Xander starts his rappelling, however, Willow does not. Instead, you see her over the top, and she has armed her bow and is ready to start firing down from the top.
Checks out.
Xander lands. On one hip is a whip, on the other hip, a 6-shooter. Spins it, cocks it, locks it, ready to receive the enemy.
All right.
A few seconds later, there's a heavy thrum of metal, iron, and wood slamming down on the side of the deck, and a roar of at least 8 orcs as you hear the charge as orcs begin storming over the edge of the ship.
I was about to say, like, real quick, I wanted to tell Xander, like, we're just trying to kill these guys. We want to talk to them if they'll let us. However, they just yelled charge, jumping over the side. I don't think they're going to let us.
Well, can an attempt of like intimidation and just all out badassery, can we basically like yell at them, halt in some form or fashion?
Group
Okay.
mentality.
I mean, they're bloodlusted orcs, so I'm sure it'll go well.
I don't think we're gonna scare them out of fighting.
Oh, I'm
They're
trying to get-
orcs.
Wait, are they right behind us?
They're coming over the side. I didn't have a gangplank, but that's basically what a gangplank is. You guys will have one turn to prep as they come swarming over the side. So if you want to prep any spells or anything, you're more than welcome to.
So we can either immediately attack or attempt to talk, but I really don't think we're gonna get a chance to attempt to talk.
I coat both of my blades with my heavy poison.
Nice.
Am I able to throw my fine and my heavy dagger? Because on here I only have them as melee.
You can. Their range is 40 feet, and because you have a blink blade, they will return to you now.
Okay.
I guess what's the most... Sorry, go ahead.
If we want to try and talk, I can attempt to calm them down real quick when they are close to us and see if they'll listen, or we can just start trying to kill them.
I don't want to calm them down. I want them to understand we're on their side.
I think we're gonna have to get them not in fight mode to do that.
That won't hurt anything for you to try.
I don't think it would hurt anything for us to try. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I guess I'm prepping calm emotion
Okay.
for just the area that the orcs, because it's a 20-foot radius. Yeah, 20-foot radius sphere. So the whole area the orcs are jumping onto, I want to pop calm emotion to try and get them to not be, bloodlust.
Okay. Do they do a saving throw on that one?
It is a charisma saving throw.
I'm reading about them now. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I'm going to roll it 2 parts of their group. So each one gets a saving throw. The first one, they actually rolled really well. What are they looking for? 16?
We can't understand
The
what you
first-
said.
16, right?
I don't know the sheet.
Okay. I think it's 16 based off your freaking a million charisma. One half of the group succeeds, the other half of the group fails. So half the group is calmed. What does calm emotions do?
I hate that I can't just pop this into chat.
Why not?
Can't you just copy and paste it?
So I got it. I always think it's easier if you read out. Just you attempt a strong emotional group of people, humanoid group within 20-foot sphere, charisma saving file. You suppress the effect, any effect targeting calm, charmed, or frightened. Internally, you can make the target indifferent about creatures that was once hostile towards. So they go from hostile to indifferent.
Important thing here, indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
Right. Like I said, half the group passed and half the group failed.
Yep. So I'm gonna pop calm emotion when they immediately jump up, and I'm kind of hands up in the air, like, whoa, 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 we're not the ones you're trying to kill.
4 of them stop. 4 of them continue on raging forward.
They're below deck. Point downward.
For the
4 of
ones
them look.
raging-
4 of them look down, interested in whatever's below deck. The other 4 run around their buddies to attack you guys.
Can I immediately react with them coming after us with my, I guess, fear interactions to get them to pause?
Sure.
I don't know if it'll work, but
Good.
can I do it over as a group, or do I have to do one individually? I don't remember.
Individual. It's no, it's 30 foot.
I thought it was like a 30-foot radius of who's in
30-foot circle, yeah.
Yeah. So
go ahead and roll a saving throw on 4 of them that are closest to you guys. Not the 4 in the perfect square. So just roll a saving throw on each one of them. He saves.
okay.
He fails.
Wait, okay.
Keep going. He saves. And the last one
Just trying to get the right ones.
fails. No worries. Then just drop the fear on the 2 that saved as they're suddenly stunned by fear of you. Gat, what are you doing as...
I mean, the one that failed. The fans that failed, right?
2 of them failed.
Yeah, so
2 of
8
them saved.
6 are afraid of you.
8, 6. Okay.
Gat, what are you doing?
Okay, the 2 that she just marked are frightened. Okay. All right. Am I attacking these guys, or are we? Oh, it's Xander's turn.
We're trying to get them on our side. It was the main point of Yosara's whole thing. And 2 of them are frightened now. There's only 2 that have potential to attack us.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to intimidate the last 2, and I'm just gonna roar halt at them. Since I'm orc, I'm going mean orky on them.
Go ahead and roll intimidation. Somebody roll a save against that with advantage. They'll have a +2 on their save. Sana, go. Yeah, there we go. Seriously?
2 4s. There you go.
Ugh. Yeah, the last 2 stop for a second. Paused, nervous. There's a deep calm on the battlefield. And then suddenly, sitting on the cannon, a creature previously invisible becomes visible. A creature some of you have seen before. As it sits there for a second, it then becomes invisible, and you hear it order in its strange clicking tongue, charge. Sana, give me a dexterity saving throw as it fires at you.
What is that?
I don't know. He didn't elaborate at all. It's being cryptic as hell as usual. And not 20!
You do save against it, so you will take half damage as a red light flashes on you for a quick second, and then there is an explosion that hits your chest.
Are you serious? Nat 20? Wow, Alex. I'm not...
Half damage, so you'll take 15 damage. Man, that was a good roll.
Is it fire?
It is, so it'll be half on top of that, so 7.5 damage.
Thank you.
7 damage.
7 damage, yes.
Do I recognize what just smacked into me?
Roll a history check.
There's a brief flash of a movie with Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
Nat 1. Thanks, Alex.
But more important than that, Yosara, you do recognize it, and you know exactly where you've seen it before. Do you remember?
In, real life or in the game?
In the game. You fought this thing at one point.
Yeah, I remember the name, Hunter of Med. I don't remember where we fought it. It was with Soon? No, it wasn't with Soon.
No, it wasn't with
The
Soon.
Warriors Playground.
Yeah.
Oh, that asshole.
And with that, the orcs snap out of it. Everybody, reroll initiative. The orcs are going to go as a group.
Tried. Just as Sana gets hit, and I just look at her. I'm like, well, talking didn't work.
And there's a reason talking won't work if you remember where it's from.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna kill all of them if I can. Jesus.
Gat, don't you get advantage?
I mean,
Feet?
is that what alert is? I don't think she gets advantage. She gets a +10, though.
Oh, okay.
Kat, you're up first. Followed by Xander.
All right, I'm just gonna start like windmill slashing at this guy. Me.
All right, go ahead and roll windmill slash.
Right, and I've got my blades poisoned.
Yeah, as this guy is intimidated and slightly stunned, you'll get advantage on this one, and if you hit, I'll let you use Assassinate, because again, he was completely stunned by your intimidation.
Okay.
Of course that's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage with shift, roll sneak damage with shift, and roll poison damage with shift.
On the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you slash into him, no problem. You sneaky him, no problem. He's clinically dead now, but before he hits the ground, the poison takes effect, and you do how much damage?
Yeah. Where's my notes?
Should be on your actions. If you go down to actions, heavy poison is the first one. There you go. You should be able to just roll the damage on it. Don't worry about the attack.
How do I roll the damage on it? Do I just pick it up and...
Yeah. Just pick up the 3d10 poison.
If there's a magnifying glass next to heavy poison, hit that, and it should pop out the damage thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love the
Do I hold shift or anything down for this?
Don't need to.
Okay.
There we go. Just roll the... Yeah. So yeah, that's without the critical. So you killed him 4 times over before he hit the ground in just a wet thud of boiling poisoned meat.
Yeah, and I'm just seething. I'm pissed. And that's only one of my daggers, so I'm continuing to spin around on the next guy with my other dagger.
Okay, go ahead and roll attack.
Then.
This one will get poisoned, but no sneak.
Okay.
And no critical.
He's
gonna
frightened.
hit.
He's frightened, so does that make any difference? Do I need to do anything?
If he is frightened, he should have... No, it doesn't.
Okay.
He's automatically.
It should do it automatically.
Put it on there for him, so.
Stabbing him, you have no problem, and then the poison does considerable damage, but not enough to kill it.
I just end with it like cutting into his jaw.
Are you doing anything else?
No.
Okay. Xander takes his turn. He pulls out his triple shot pistol and just starts going ham on the one that you stabbed. The first one, nat 20s, and he shoots it doing... Yeah, it blows back, its jaw comes off. However, he's so in the moment, he fires 2 more times. The first one, oh my god, nat 20s again. He hits it, body parts fly out, pieces exploding off of it. It's just a bloody mess. The third one he fires, gets a 19, wasting all of his perfect shots as he shoots it again, blowing the shit out of it literally as poop smears the deck. It is DED dead. He starts reloading his pistol with his bonus action. With that, as you recollect yourself after killing that one, Gat, you feel an extremely sharp pain in your hip, and you look, and a creature appears visible just beside you and has stabbed you with dual blades in your chest. You're going to take... Okay. 16 damage reduced to 8. That's 24. And its sneak attack takes effect. As you take another 17 damage reduced to 8. The creature then makes a second attack and throws a disc at Sana. The disc misses and flies over your shoulder. It then disappears and becomes invisible. You hear it moving and running off. As you spin around to figure out what happened, Gat, an orc runs up beside you, taking 2 strikes on you.
Is there any way I can have a reaction to him having thrown the disc at me, even though it missed?
What would you want to do?
I want to cast Bane, or well, actually, I want to cast Hunter's Mark upon him before he vanishes.
Yes, you could cast Hunter's Mark. So I'm going to have him reappear for a second. Go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark.
Thank you.
Alright. You'll be able to slightly track him, though you'll still get disadvantages on attacks, but you could use your bonus action to point him out.
Yes.
Or your reaction to point him out, even though you used a... Well, you shouldn't be able to Hunter's Mark as a reaction, but I'll allow it this time because it should be a... I think you're thinking of... whatchamacallit?
What?
You can't actually... Never mind. It's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
With that, the other orcs run in. One of them running between Gat and Yosara. The one that runs between is now flanking Gat, and he makes 2 attacks with his improvised axes. The first one crits. Unfortunately, you cannot uncanny, as you've already used it. The second one, as he attacks, that's going to hit as well. Gat is now...
I might not be
feeling
up
the
anymore.
pain. The other orcs begin taking positions. One of them attacks Yosada. First one hits. Second one...
Still dodging.
Good point. First one's going to hit anyway, and then the second one he'll take his attack with disadvantage. That's still going to hit. Man, I'm just on fire rolling tonight. Going to take 10 plus 15 damage. 2 of the other orcs are spinning around to hammer Sana.
Away from,
Say what?
I said I'm gonna Misty escape away from being surrounded by the 3 of them.
Okay. It's going to be a hit and a miss against Sana. Leaving the last one to flank you, Sana. And he is going to... When you get Misty Escape, does it undo one of the damages?
It doesn't undo the damage, but I'm currently invisible.
Gotcha. First one's going to miss Sana. Second one he's going to make with flanking. It's going to hit. The orcs have now taken their turn. It is Yosara's turn.
Can I, level 2 Hellish Rebuke the one that hit me?
You've already used your reaction. You only get 1.
Okay, very well.
Yosara, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Eldritch Blasting just this guy on the left, I guess. So, orc number 1.
Okay. It's going to hit. Roll damage with sneak. You Eldritch Blast him, and you feel the power of your little tiny tiara come into play as it pumps up the damage just a little bit. You heard him. Second Eldritch Blast, that's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Hitting him again for low damage, but fortunately your tiara pumps it up a bit. He's now starting to feel it as there's a giant hole in his back. That's going to hit as well. Roll damage. Firing your final Eldritch Blast, it hits him and he falls to the ground, DED dead.
Dodge.
Dodge. I believe it'll be Sana's turn. You are tracking the Hunter of Men who seems to be standing idly on the ship's wheel. What do you want to do?
Physically he's still there, right?
Yeah, he's there. He's just invisible, making him much harder to hit.
So if I were to cast Spiritual Weapon and slap him with the smiley face,
It would be with disadvantage, but yes, you could try.
I'll give it a try then. Can you make him appear so I can roll on him?
Yeah. Ooh, even with disadvantage, that's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Bam! As he gets smiley faced.
In the face.
Smiley. Yeah, smiley faced.
Never heard that used as an aggressive verb before.
I know, that's why I love it so much. Alright. Neither of these two are frightened. I know one of them was originally, but they are no longer frightened. I'm guessing of me now.
I think the frightened ones are dead.
I thought it was 8 and 6, but maybe I was wrong.
Okay. I mean, did you drop frightened on them?
She did.
I did. It should still be there.
Okay, then the frightened ones are dead. I didn't take it off, so.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Wait. I don't want to do that. I want to look at something else. Which one are you? Okay, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't effing matter. Got it. Doesn't matter.
It's gonna hit. Roll damage. Yeah, slashing into him, you do considerable damage.
Oh, that one's gonna miss.
And unfortunately, that one does miss as he parries it with his crude weapon.
Can my smiley face be floating in front of where the hunter is? And can I yell out at the end of my turn, "Smiley face has the hunter"? Or what do we call?
Yep.
What did I call that thing originally? I know what he's called, but like, I feel like we called him something in the Warriors Playground. I'm just gonna call him a hunter. What?
I don't remember it. It was
it's been a minute.
9 months ago.
It's been a minute.
Gat,
So,
you're up.
I'm just gonna let everybody know that where the smiley face is, the hunter is currently.
Gotcha. Gat, you're up.
Is it possible to take a healing potion on a bonus action?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
What kind of healing potion?
I haven't used one before. It just says potion of healing, and I have 2 of them.
They are regular potions of healing, so it's 2d4 plus 2. I just max it out, so that's 10 HP.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, you drink your healing potion.
Okay, and I do that, and then I bust the glass. Well, no, I don't want to use that as an action. I throw the glass down, and I just start stabbing at the guy in front of me.
Okay, you will get advantage on your first strike, and you'll be able to hit with sneak as he's engaged with Xander.
Fuck yeah.
It's gonna hit, roll attack, and sneak.
My sneak disappeared.
Huh?
I don't see it.
That is very strange.
I think it disappeared whenever I opened my heavy poison, because there's several things that are supposed to be there, like my fire arrow or something was also there.
What'd you do? I'll fix it.
I didn't do it. I probably did do it.
Oh man.
Ooh, that's a lot. Okay.
Alright, there. It's back.
Thank you. Thank you, boss. Fuck you.
That's enough to kill him.
Fuck.
Stabbing your dagger in, you bring him down to the ground.
And I just continue on with the momentum and go after this guy with my other dagger.
Alright. You're only going to get 1 hit on that one, and you won't get snake, but you will get damage.
Okay. Oh, I only threw it once. I wonder why I did that. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because it didn't register both.
Both of them hit, so it doesn't matter. Yep, you stab him, no problem. It's an orc. Pointy blade go into orc.
Alright.
Alright.
That's it.
with that, Xander uses the rest of his bonus action to reload, and then proceeds to go ham on the one on the deck. The first shot misses and goes wide as you hear his gun fire 3 times. The second one goes wide. The third one hits. And he does a little bit of damage to him as he's coming over the gangplank. Xander is unable to reload his weapon. He does, however, run back to the side, taking an attack of opportunity. And, oof, that's going to nat 20. And Xander takes 17 damage. He's hurting, but he's still up. He's really hurting. With that, Yosara, a little red blinking light appears on you for a quick second. Give me a dexterity saving throw. You're going to save, but you're still going to take 14 fire damage as you are hit partially by the blast. And with that, the disc flying off the ship comes back into the picture, making an attack against Sana. Sana, out of nowhere, this disc comes in behind you and... Ooh, nat 20s. Man, I have not rolled this many nat 20s in a while. You'll take...
Wow.
40...
Really,
oh my god.
Alex? Really?
Hey, I am just rolling hot tonight. As the disc comes in, you don't even see it come in, it hits you. And for a second there, you think you got it, and then you fall to your knees and realize you're bleeding worse than you thought.
Wow,
You fall to the deck of the ship. Not dead, but
No,
unconscious.
I'm dying. It says
I
I'm
mean,
dying. No,
the orcs...
Oh my god, Alex.
The orcs are about to charge Yosara when, as they get up to you, one, two, three.
I'm so confused.
Ooh. Orc number 7 goes to raise up his arm to swing at you, and then he suddenly falls to his knees, gasping for air, and then he falls down to the ground. Yosara, you see an arrow protruding out of his neck. The one directly across from you, Orc number 4, he too has an arrow that seems to magically have sprouted from him, but he is still alive. He makes 2 attacks against you, and... What's that?
I dodged, so they're disadvantaged.
Oh. First one's going to hit. The second one is going to miss. You only take 14 damage from that one. The orc seeing Sana down. One moves against Xander, making 2 attacks against him. The first one hits. The second one hits. Xander takes enough damage to knock him unconscious. And as he's going down, he takes a second hit. Xander is having a bad day. Orc number 8. Nope. Who's left? 1, 2. Huh. How did that happen? 5, 4. Oh, that was 8. Okay. Number 5 moves against Gat. Squaring off against Ugat, he makes an attack. And that's going to miss. Second attack. It's got a critical hit. Damn.
Uncanny dodge.
That would have been enough to take you down. Prone, unconscious. 2. You are at 6 life, Gat, but you're up. Yosara, you are up.
Alright, I'm going to disengage and run over to Sana.
Okay.
So,
Moving through that orc's range of attack, he will get an attack of opportunity against you. I believe you can only disengage against 1 creature. Is that 30 feet? That looks like a lot more than 30.
I'm trying to count.
Yeah.
I'll have to take.
So
I'll take it. I'll take one opportunity attack.
okay. As he swings at you, he locks his axe in the deck of the ship as he nat ones and releases that axe, leaving it into the ship.
So disengage with my bonus action. I'm going to use my action to force feed Sana a healing potion.
Okay.
So Sana, you get 10 hit points.
Sana is back up. No need to roll death saves. Yosara, you still have your action. Actually, it's usually an action to force feed someone a potion, but
That's what she did.
yeah, bonus action to disengage, action to feed potion.
Yep. And then I'll use. No, I used all my movement. Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's actually anything else I can do because I don't think I have any other Yeah, that's my whole turn. But Sona's alive again, and I'm just gonna shout at her like, "Heals, please!"
Is it my turn now?
Yeah. Yep, Sana, you're up.
Rotating between the two of us, so I'm not sure who's supposed to be going right now.
No worries. Unfortunately, when you became unconscious, your hunter's mark and smiley face both disappear.
That's fine. Okay. What do I have right now? I have an action and a bonus action, right?
Yes. You're technically prone, so to stand up, you lose half your movement.
Can I just immediately grasp Yoshara's hand, and as I grasp her hand and my hand, heal us both with lay on hands?
Yes,
So,
I think you can only heal one target, but okay.
I rotate it between the hand that I'm
Sure.
holding in my own hand.
Sure, why not? That's fun. I'm into it.
Thank you.
How much are you given?
1, 2, 3. How you looking?
I'm looking okay. As she's doing this, I'm just gonna say, Gat's real rough. The merc's down. You were almost dead. I'm just getting run down and what?
I'm gonna do just that for now, and then, after having released Yosara to let her do whatever she wants, I'm going to, I don't know if that was my bonus action or my action or whatever, but I'm going to do... That would be
action.
It would be what?
Action. That's action.
Okay, sorry. I would like to do that for level 2, but it messed up.
I don't think you can cure wounds as a bonus action.
No, healing word is a bonus action.
Yeah, healing word, but I don't think she has that.
Alright, fine. Can I take a potion as a bonus action then?
Sure can.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna pull a healing potion while I'm kneeling on the ground. And what do I do? Is it
just delete it from your inventory. I just added 10 HP to your...
Okay. And I'm gonna just be kneeling for now until my next turn, I guess, because I can't stand up, can I?
You have your movement.
You can. Yeah, it just takes half your movement. Also, give me a D6 roll to see where the disc hit you.
Oh, come on.
It's alright.
No, it's
It'll come
not.
back eventually.
No.
2?
Because...
Hit you in the ankle. Split open your ankle. No. You now have 9 dexterity until you long rest.
Great. I am going to use half my movement to stand up, and then gonna advance, squishing on top of a dead body to be up next to Gat to assist in the fighting. Shield and sword raised again, I suppose. Or wait. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Just gonna stand next to Gat to assist her for the next round when I can move again. I'm done.
All right. Gat, you're up.
Okay, so Gat just, after taking that last hit, partial dodge, Gat just looks up at this guy, blood pouring out of the mouth, and just growls at him and takes both of her daggers and stabs both sides of his neck at the same time.
Like a boss. Go ahead and roll stab neck.
Stab neck. Fuck me.
First stab neck hits.
Oh, I didn't roll on him. Shit.
That's fine. 19's gonna hit him for sure.
Alright. Okay, I'll take
however, 15 will miss, so you'll get...
Okay. Alright, now my head.
But it would have been with advantage because Sana's within 5 feet, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So then
Second one would hit, so go ahead and roll damage for both. You will get sneak as you're within 5 feet, because Sana's right there.
roll a second for your heavy since it's advantage, because you might get a crit.
Do what?
I mean, it doesn't matter. The guy has like 3 HP left, so... Even if she rolled minimum damage, he's dead. Stab, stab. Yeah, he's very dead.
Yeah, both knives in, and then I rip his throat out. And
It
blood like
sprays all
flies.
over you and sprays all over Sana, and
Neither
Gat
of us
is
are bothered.
really into this.
Neither
Yeah.
of us are bothered at this time.
Bonus action. I look back at Sona, nod at her, and I reach in my bag and pull out my other potion of healing.
Taking it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gat, will you give me a naked D20 roll?
Where's Xander?
Xander has expired.
That was like his first fail.
Yeah, that was his
He
first
was
fail.
hit on the way down,
Wow, Alex.
giving a double failure, I believe. Is it a double? It's a double failure, right?
I thought it was just a fail.
It might be a single failure. I think maybe a crit's a double failure. But even still, all right, we'll say that's a single failure then, even though I don't like to do that in the open. With that, the hunter reappears. It's going to... It's just going to take a shot at you, Gat. Seeing that you're injured and weakened in its mind, it's going to fire its cannon at you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm also gonna use evasion.
I gotcha.
She gets a +3 from being close to Sana, right?
Yep. Automatic plus.
So as long as she doesn't nat 1. Yeah, you dodge to the side, the blast flies out, hitting the cannon. There's an explosion of about 10 feet catching this orc as a deafening boom. The orc is completely incinerated. But yeah, you dodge, and as you have evasion, it does absolutely no damage. The Hunter of Men then disappears, and you hear it moving, but you cannot determine where, as the disc comes flying back in from the other end of the ship, heading right at Sana, who seems to be its favorite target.
Yeah. Fucker.
Sana? This time you're ready for it, and you completely duck under it as the disc flies off the ship the other direction, and you hear it humming throughout space. What do you guys want to do as you have killed all the orcs?
No,
There's
not all of them are dead.
Oh no, there is still one left. Okay. The one remaining orc, having killed poor Xander,
Almost killed
moves to engage Gat, making its first attack. It's gonna hit, but this one did not lose attacks. It's gonna hit. Gat, you're gonna take 6 damage.
Uncanny dot. Oh wait, can I do that?
You've already used your reaction. Second one is going to do minimum damage again. Gat, it's a good thing you took those healing potions. You are still up. Yusara, your turn.
I'm going to take a chance because this thing has not left the steering wheel most of this fight. I'm going to shoot Eldritch Blasts at the Hunter of Men.
Okay, aiming at the steering wheel.
Yep.
As you fire, it goes wide into the night.
The first one just goes wide automatically.
Yep, because it's nowhere near there. If you bonus action for perception, you can try to zero in on it.
Can I move and use the other two to just try and take out this orc?
Yeah.
Okay. That I hit the disadvantage expecting. Well, they're both 16s. That doesn't matter.
You can roll with
That's
it.
the second time you've done that, right? With the same two numbers.
I think
I was expecting to disadvantage shoot towards the invisible guy. But it was 16s for both of them, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, you'll get sneak attack if you take a shot at the orc. Oh, max damage. Go ahead and roll sneak.
Take sneak on the next one if I can hit. Like, I don't want
You
to.
can save it. No, it's going to hit. And you manage to take down the orc. He falls limp.
Can I immediately advance to Xander and feed him a healing potion?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to tell him to get back on the ship after I fed him a healing potion, meaning the airship, if he can get up
Okay.
there.
Xander is now back to 10 life. He is no longer unconscious, but he is prone.
Can I assist him in getting up and then direct him to climb or try his best to get back up on top of the airship?
Sure, why not?
I am just staring around trying to find the hunter.
The rest of the bowmen on the ship have not fired, though you can see them notched and locked, ready to shoot at anything.
If there are orcs on the other ship, they probably should be firing at them.
You can order them to fire at the other ship. I mean, their orders are basically to cover you guys in your melee.
Tell them.
Yes,
Can
sorry.
we tell them to fire on the grapple hooks that connect the two small ships with flame arrows, so that they can light the ropes on fire and see if they can cut them off?
Are they
They're
roped or
chains, but
chains?
yeah.
Oh,
They're
they're
chains.
chains. Never mind then.
Yeah, tell him. I mean, tell him to shoot the other ship. Yeah.
All right. It's Gat's turn now, I believe. So, Gat, are you using your action to tell them to fire on the other ship?
There's nothing for me to hit. There's
You can roll
nothing.
perception to try to see where this guy is.
Please do that, honestly, because I want to kill him. He needs to die, because he will die for real here.
Alright, y'all need to be prepared. I will probably go down. So, alright. You said perception?
Yep.
Yes. I know you want to hit him, but your next turn you need to help.
Can't
Gat.
find him. That'll be your bonus action. What are you doing for your action?
Yeah, I'll scream up at the guys above us, fire at the ship.
Okay. Archers begin lighting arrows on fire and preparing to fire at the ship. Xander goes to take his turn. He starts climbing up the rope. He's now about 15, 20 feet in the air when
Don't
the
you
hunter
shoot him
takes...
down. Do not shoot him down. Do not be that mean and rude. That is mean and rude.
The hunter appears with a target so tempting as he's climbing a rope. How could you say no to that?
Because we're right here wide open and he's been targeting me the whole time. We're almost half dead. He should be aiming for us. He doesn't even know Xander as far as he can throw him.
Xander's
My
the
back
weakest.
is to him. If he just appeared behind me, my back is to him because I was facing Xander. So
Xander's weakness, and he's in the middle of nowhere. It's an easy shot.
that's
You're-
bullshit.
You're fighting a sadistic enemy that likes to hurt things. Of course he's going to shoot at the person who's climbing a rope. That's too tempting. I would take that shot. He takes a shot at Xander, and of course he hits him because he's climbing a rope, who comes flying down to the deck, now on fire. Xander is once again knocked out and burning.
Shot give any indication of where the hunter was?
Yes, he's widely appeared on the side of the deck as he has to appear to fight. He then runs in and makes a stabbing attack straight up at Gat.
Uncanny
It's gonna
dodge.
hit. How much life do you have? I don't think it'll matter.
4 points.
He's gonna hit you, and Gat, you are now unconscious. Yosara, you are up as he disappears once again.
I'm gonna turn in that direction and poison spray.
Okay. Is that a cone?
10-foot range. I point towards a creature and spit poison.
Okay. Go ahead and make the attack.
He makes a con.
Disadvantage. Oh, con save?
Yeah. DC 17.
Fail. How much is he taking?
D12 poison.
Okay, roll damage.
Trying. He keeps disappearing on the back.
Yeah, because Alex keeps moving him.
He does take 9 damage. He's partially resistant to poison, that's right.
That's my...
Can I react and mark him again as a reaction?
That's not actually a reaction,
I
so...
know. Well, then
no.
what would be a reaction?
Hellish Rebuke,
Alright, well, I'll hellish rebuke him.
when he attacks you.
See? That's what I thought.
3d12.
What's that, Yosara?
It's supposed to be 3d12 because of my level. It's supposed to increase.
Okay, roll 2 more d12s.
Wow, the most...
Man, yeah, that was worth waiting for, I know. Go ahead and add 3d12 to the actual damage of it. Okay, what else are you doing?
I am... That was my action. Okay. I just need him to stay a lot, like, visible.
You can probably...
Did we got a single hit on him? Not a single hit.
No, well, he hasn't been in a position for us to hit.
A couple of hits on him. Nothing direct, though. Alright, he is going invisible again, obviously.
What about the chains? Can she Eldritch Blast the chains?
And I'm gonna bonus dodge. And I'm standing, like, over Gat's body right now.
Okay. Sana, you're welcome to use a bonus action to try to perceive him.
I'm gonna advance and, I only have an action and a bonus action, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I am going to, for an action, feed Gat a healing potion from my inventory.
As you go to feed Gat a healing potion, her eyes flash open, she jumps up, so incredibly pissed off, she's not unconscious at all. As your relentless endurance kicks in, and you were not actually down.
What the hell?
You are at 1 HP.
So can I, like, not use that as an action, or does it cancel my action? Or is that still an
I
action?
mean, no, you haven't taken your action yet. She was not unconscious. Once per day, she can bounce back from being unconscious.
Alright, well, instead, for... What?
Do you have healing spells, Sana?
Yes, I'm trying to... I'm trying to take an action of healing her. Oh. I put Cure on Gat. It's a level 1. That was my last level 1. And then as a bonus action, I'll just roll perception and see if I can figure out where this asshole is.
That's fucked up.
Saw that, Alex.
What did he do?
He moved the fire on top of Xander.
Go ahead, roll perception.
I'm not going to be able to see him.
No, not with a 7.
Yeah, Alex. Just suck it up.
Gat, you are a level of angry that is hard to explain. What do you want to do?
I want to see if I can see this bitch.
Your perception.
See what I can see.
Boom. Yeah,
Where is
you
it?
see that familiar shimmer and he's right in front of you, about to make a strike on you and or Yosara. It almost catches him off guard slightly, but with that shimmer in the dark, it's hard to determine where he is. Any attacks will be made with disadvantage.
Okay.
But since he is up against Yosara, it's not actually disadvantage. It's just regular.
It'll be a straight.
Yeah, it would count. Yeah, it would be straight.
The perception roll, was that a bonus or what was that?
Yeah, that's a bonus.
All right. Okay, I'll just. Yeah, I'm going at him with all the one strand left of control that I have left.
It's gonna hit.
Oh shit!
Roll damage.
Just roll damage on him.
Okay.
Stabbing into him, there's a spray of green blood. It starts to glow, and suddenly he becomes very visible as his invisibility seems to be failing. The second attack does miss.
Should I have had advantage on that one if he's visible?
Not in this case, because your super abilities would have been used on the first strike. But now he is visible and unable to cloak.
Yes.
All right, I am going to. Oh shit! I don't have a bonus action. Never mind. Okay, I'm done.
With that, Xander is on fire and he takes burning damage, and he's already slammed into the deck, so his bad day has just gotten worse. The Hunter of Men, now realizing he can't hide anymore, his disc flies in at Sana, hitting her from behind.
Seriously? Why
or
is
in
it
front.
targeting me? For heaven's sakes.
He then moves around directly at Sana.
Oh, I can't react, can I?
Gat will get a reaction, but Yosara will not, as he hasn't actually left your attack range. But Gat will. You may take a attack against him of opportunity.
Okay, I just hit like usual.
Yes, but if you advantage as he's fighting or in range of Yosara. He'll then take his attacks against. Oh shit! That's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll attack and sneak.
Why did you hit me again?
He assumed Gat missed. That's.
Oh shit! He was about to go ham on you. As he runs around, Gat, you manage to get him just in that vital spot and spill a bunch of green blood. He then slams his daggers into you, Sana, but they stop right at your armor and it falls to his knees. Its open, dead eyes look at you, and for the first time you hear it speak, only to say, "He's watching you. He misses you, Sana."
I fall on him and I just start like stab, just slicing the shit out of him. I'm making mincemeat of this bitch. Oh my god. Gat's so mad.
Sana actually takes a step back from Gat and the carnage. Just like, her face is a mask of just pure rage and frustration as she turns and glances at Yosara and says, "I will never side with Umbria at all if this is what I am to be expecting from them." Because she knows where that just came from, and she knows that Yosara should know.
Yosara just kind of like hand just tired of yeah, that's out of the question now, isn't it?
Beyond out of the question. Did you hear him? Did you hear what
Is anyone doing anything in this very moment?
Yeah, I'm walking over to Xander and putting out Danzer's fire and making sure I can try and save his life if he's still in any way conscious or able to regain consciousness.
I could have just assumed he was dead, honestly.
No, I'm just like patting the fire out. Like, I'm gonna feed you a health potion. Hold on 1 second, I got you.
You have any healing left?
Yeah. I do.
All right.
I have a couple of health potions left. I was gonna shove one down his throat.
Okay. Saving Xander, he gets up at 1 HP, and he feels his head, and his hair is all gone. His eyebrows are all gone, and they burned his hat.
And I'm gonna be like, I know it might be a recurring theme with you guys and losing hair. I'll buy you a new hat. Just drink this, and I shove another healing potion in his face. So
he very slowly just goes, Sana, can I go up to the ship, please?
Yes, but why don't we just make sure that nobody else is gonna fire at you before you go up. Just please do that for me.
There's a sleeping bag right there. I'm just gonna lie down, and he just lays down on the deck.
We've still got somebody downstairs.
Yeah.
I know.
I was gonna say, can I look at the orc ship? Like, are there more waiting to board, or was that everyone else?
And is the ship on fire from our bowman up above? Please tell me it is.
The ship has several flaming arrows on it, but looking over, you don't actually see anyone on the deck of the ship.
Cool. I want to run downstairs to see what that dude was doing.
Okay. Going downstairs?
Yeah, I just had to make sure more orcs weren't about to run onto the ship first.
Can I... Can I throw a lit torch onto the ship and start disengaging the hooks or anchors that are attached to the Umbrian ship?
That will be challenging, but yes, you could start ripping apart the anchor systems and all that. That'll take time. And as far as...
I finish my dicing, and I get up and I assist her to try to get these things unhooked.
Okay.
And as we're doing that, I'm just kind of muttering to myself about, I'm going to find him, I'm going to kill him, just over and over as like a little mantra that Gat can hear me muttering under my breath. Probably not really understanding it, but realizing something's wrong.
Not caring right now.
Oh yeah, we're both pretty much injured, so you're not caring, but at the same time you're hearing the muttering at least.
Yeah.
Yosara, you make it downstairs immediately to see 3 of the ship's deckhands. They point their pistols at you. There's a long pause.
That, though, this is not a surprise.
This is what?
I said that this is not a surprise. I was expecting them. I'm just like holding my hands out towards them, packed weapons still kind of shimmering in one of my hands. I'm like, all right, boys, this could be easy or hard. Do you want to live?
One of them with pistol shaking. Yes, how do we do this easy that doesn't involve us dying?
Put the guns down first.
They look at each other. Okay. You're not with the orcs, are you?
No. No, we're with ourselves.
Okay, because I think that's a prisoner ship. They just take prisoners on it and enslave them.
Yeah, we're not with them.
Okay. They put their guns down.
All of you, come over here. I gesture to the open space by the tables. Lay down on your stomachs, hands behind you. I'm going to tie you up so my friends don't think you're targets when we go upstairs.
This is what the slavers do!
You wanted the easy way. If you go up just as you are, they're going to start shooting.
Okay. We won't go up. I think we're the only ones left.
Can I insight check that?
Go ahead and roll insight.
It didn't pop up on the board. It's annoying because I drop it on the board and then it rolls off and then it doesn't show up on the board. And it was so much worse.
They're terrified. They're probably being honest.
Alright, I like gesture to the open part with my packed weapon. I'm like, go on, lay down.
They go to the, looks like the kitchen, and it's been well stocked with food for a large number of people. And they lay down in there.
I nudge deckhand number 2 with my foot. I'm like, go tie them up.
He's like, okay. And he starts doing his best to do some crude tying.
I'm gonna sort of stand behind him and like survival and not knowledge, make sure he's actually tying properly.
Roll survival. He's doing a shitty job, but it'll probably hold.
Okay, I let him finish and then I tie his hands.
Okay. Looking around, you do know that this is a 3-deck ship, not a 2.
I want
Sana and Gat, you're watching the fire starting to slowly spread on the deck of the other ship.
Can I how well are we doing on relieving the anchors on the ship? Like
So you've got one of the 3.
All right. We're going to both continue on working on removing those with whatever strength we have left at this time. In fact, we're going to yell up for assistance from above and get some of the we're going to get maybe
Some of the bigger people.
Yeah, Mike or Groth to come down and assist us on removing these.
Groth comes down. Mike's not, because he'll never get back up. So
that's fine. So Groth and maybe like Godred or somebody. Yeah.
Godride, he goes to come down, but then all of a sudden...
no, well then not Godride. It's just want somebody else. He can send somebody
Orella
else.
comes down in Godride's place.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm just yelling at them to send people to assist us in removing these.
You guys got a couple extra people. It's now going to go faster as you're working these heavy ballistas out or cutting the chains. Or cutting parts of them off. Just whatever you can to get these out.
Yeah.
I walk the 3 that are tied back upstairs. Sort of set them in the middle of the deck so they're like obviously visible.
Okay.
And say I want to go check the lowest deck.
Okay.
If I'm not back in like 5 minutes, come find me.
We'll follow if you're not back in 5. Yes.
And then I want to come down and walk through. I want to go back down to the second deck. I want to walk through, like, kind of kicking the sleeping bags, making sure there's not someone hiding before I go down to the third deck.
Okay. Yep. You through the sleeping bags. You do a brief investigation. Give me an investigation check. Yeah, you're pretty confident there's nobody in any of the sleeping bags.
Then down to the third.
All right.
How many minutes does it take us to remove the last 2 of the anchors?
You got one more. You're watching the fire spread a little bit further on the deck of the ship.
Okay.
The orc ship is now probably beyond recovery. It is burning as many more arrows have come down on top of it. Yosara, you go down to the, you find hidden under, not well hidden, but slightly, covered by the sleeping bags. You go down, and there is a guy down there, dead, as he looks like he's been hit by some sort of large ballista, and there's water pouring in as there's a hole in the side of the ship.
Can I go attempt to patch up the hole?
Sure. Go ahead and roll survival. It takes you a little while, but you do a good job, and you've now patched the hole in the side of the ship. It's wet down there, but the ship is still functional.
Do I see another hole over there?
You do. This one's much larger.
I'm gonna make my way over, kind of nudging sleeping bags as I go, making sure I'm not like...
You mean investigation with disadvantage.
How are we up on top with removing the last of the anchors?
And you go quickly over there, but there's about 3 inches, 4 inches of water. It would be very uncomfortable for anyone to be in there. As far as the anchors, you have the last one, and you're able to disengage it whenever you want now.
So can I disengage and then grab Groth, as he's pretty handy with repairing stuff, as he's a blacksmith, and ask him to accompany me downstairs? Not that I worry too much about Yosara,
sure.
But I just want to make sure she's okay. And then can I look to Gat and be like, ask them where they were headed, if you don't mind. Try and be a little nice. I know we're not in the best of moods right now, but just make sure and confirm their location and their heading for this ship.
Gat is like just covered with gore and blood, and she just looks over at the three of them.
Her eyes
Too
go.
tired to care. She's too tired to care. She just wants her to ask them where they were headed, and she immediately starts trekking down.
Yeah. And I just look at them and say, "You heard her," and hopefully they'll just start looking because I don't feel like...
This was a rescue mission. It was just a rescue mission.
And I hear them say Pineland as I immediately go into the stairs, and I start looking for Yosara on the second deck, and I call out her name into the ship.
Rescuing who?
The people from Caledon. The Pineland was sold to the Pineland Liberation Front, and just supposed to get the people off. There was a lot of them. They're basically refugees. We were just going to rescue them.
Do I see Yosara on the second deck?
Nope.
Am I
There's
able
like
to...
moved sleeping bags and evidence of a trap door opened.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, trapdoor's open. Not to be confused for like a hidden door, it was just covered by sleeping bags, but it goes down into the bottom deck and the main crew quarters.
And is that where I see Yosara at the far end with...
Yeah, working feverishly to patch a large hole in the side of the ship.
I immediately, Groth and I look at each other and immediately make our way to Yosara to assist her in patching the hole in the side of the ship.
With that, the orc ship begins to list, and the fire engulfs the entire top deck. A short time later, it capsizes and begins to break. The fire has got into the side of the struts, and by the looks of it, it's not super well made, and after a little while, it actually starts to crack. You see the ship beginning to sink below the waves, and as one side gets below the waves before the other, the front of it raises up. And Gat, as you're the only one on the surface, you see the ship actually break in half, and about a third of it break off as it falls into the ocean and starts sinking.
Titanic style. Cool.
As for you guys, as you found the holes pretty quickly, you're able to patch it with the help of the carpenter.
Well, we have Groth the blacksmith. But
Groth the blacksmith, yeah.
He's still pretty skilled. I mean, you know.
Yeah, just for funsies, give me a survival check. It doesn't go super smoothly, but, you know, it's like orc construction where you just take a board, start nailing it in, take another board. It's still leaking a little bit, but it's functional. It'll keep the water out for a while. It would help to really do a full double layer repair from the outside and the inside, but it'll hold. Give me a perception check while you're out there. Just watching the ship sink, you do notice several wooden cages, absent of anybody in it, float to the surface.
They're just empty cages?
Empty cages. 3 or 4 of them.
I'm going to make my way back upstairs since we finished the repair.
Yeah, same. Well, I want to, as I'm going, I want to, like, check sort of pockets and pouches, see if these guys that are dead have anything on them.
Upon getting on the deck of the ship, I'm going to immediately move to start extinguishing the fire with Groth's help and motion for Aurelia, who came down as well to assist me on making sure that the deck is clear of all fire and that nothing else is caught and that the damage that it's receiving is done to as minimal as possible.
After a short time, there's an explosion on deck, and 2 of the cannons are completely obliterated, but the explosion is more of a pop, and it does put out the fire, most of it, over there. Throws a little bit of debris, but those cannons and that equipment has been completely destroyed. The ship takes a little damage from that, but for the most part, you guys are able to extinguish most of the fires, remove the orc gangplank, and take control of the ship.
and free the chains. And now the only thing is we're just advancing northward with the airship above us. Is that correct?
And you have 3 new prisoners. Yes.
Once the fires are extinguished and I can see that everything is relatively calm on the top of the ship, I'm gonna go to them and stand in front of them and say, I want to confirm once more that you were headed to Pineland to retrieve refugees of the Pineland Liberation.
Well, the Caledon. We were there to pick up the people from Caledon. We were taking them back to Caledon. Pineland isn't owned by Caledon anymore. The Pineland Liberation Front can have it. It's
Right.
just a castle now.
No, I got that. I need to ask you a very serious question about those orcs that were trying to attack your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Who do they serve? And I mean that in the sense that who do they worship nowadays?
Orc?
Yeah.
Umbria?
Yeah.
Umbria threw in with Tempest almost immediately.
And
Your Sora literally just like turns around and walks to the edge and like leans on the rail.
And who do you serve when it comes to being thrown in with the gods?
We just do what we're told. If they tell us to pull up the mainsail, we pull up the mainsail. My god is practically rogue.
That slaps the shit out of this guy.
And Sana just nods and says, very good. You're going to help us pick up 200 plus survivors from Annaville before you go to Pineland. Is that understood?
Wait, so we're still in Pineland?
Yes, we're still going to Pineland. If I had known...
Then why would you attack us and kill us? We were just trying to go to Pineland.
You don't need to worry about whys. You just need to know that you're still going to Pineland and you're going to help people. And if you behave, you won't get killed like your friends over there.
They look at each other. Okay.
And don't try and go crazy, because honestly, I'm a bit tired, and I will not be running any of you down. You will get a dagger thrown in your back. And I nod my head at Gat, who's like right next to me.
Okay.
I walk back over. We're gonna untie you now. We're gonna bring some more people down here. You're gonna help us get this ship to Annaville.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to turn. There's still another orc ship out there. Aren't you guys worried about that?
No.
Not necessarily.
They ran off as soon as they saw us. We need to start making as fast as we can to Annaville to pick up survivors before we go to Pineland.
Okay. How did you get that airship? I thought that was ours.
Kind of like this is yours.
True. It might have been somewhere convenient for others to take.
Enough questions. Now do as you're told. And I go and untie the first guy's hands.
He complies very willingly.
I think I look to Yosar and say one of us needs to be commanding the airship or letting them know what we're doing next. And one of us needs to be down here commanding these assholes.
I was going to tell Godride to have the airship follow us. I mean, Gat brought up we can sort of tether it if we can tow it behind us.
Which would be easier.
Easy.
Godride and like 2 people, skeletal crew, just steer it along.
That's fine. As long as it can stay above us and just float through the air behind us, I see no reason why we can't put all of our work into the sails here and use the wind to get through to Annaville as quick as possible.
That could work.
Turning, we're having to turn, but we're not necessarily going into the wind, so we'll still have a decent speed.
Can we go at an angle towards Annaville and what we already know is the path that we had recently taken?
Yeah, once we get past this cove and the Talon spot, like right on the map where the 15 is, the wind should cut a bit and we'll be able to turn more directly to Annaville.
Okay. Upon,
We're gonna attack.
yeah. Okay. Yep, you guys are able to turn and head back to Annaville.
Basically, leaving the skeleton crew on the airship, having everyone else down here to help with the big ship.
Yeah. And the big ship does take just as many to crew. It takes 14 to crew.
And we know that once we get to Annaville, we can just recruit who's ever there to be as best we can on the.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna put everybody on here.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So with that, you guys are now headed back to Annaville. You have a ship. You had several options for ships, but decided to scuttle the orc ship and not pursue the other one. With that, we're going to go ahead and conclude this section with you guys having stole a cargo freighter outfitted to actually transport people. In this case, it was a rescue mission. And it kind of still will be. It's just maybe a different people will be using it.
We'll get back once we get to Pineland.
100%.
Yep.
We don't need it past there. We just need to get Annaville to Pineland.
Exactly.
It'd be a real confusing changeover as everyone disembarks and then
Re-embarks. I mean.
Oh, and while going through everything on the ship, you did find 5 cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cannons still functional. It's mini cannonballs. So I'll give you a count on that at some point. A fair amount of food, as this was designed to transport basically a huge number of people. And some other resources like that, but very short on anything else. No valuable cargo, very little weaponry. This thing was stripped down to its bones, and it's even missing most of the life rafts. It does have a few life rafts here, but it should have way more than this if it was a personal transport or something like that. So very much Titanic style of them just cramming as many people and as many of what they can on board.
want to make sure to give orders to keep all weapons loaded and ready for use.
Yeah.
Totally.
Have somebody look out for Umbrian ships.
We need to get cannonballs up to the airship to get them stocked up.
Yeah, we can start doing like a levy system. Have like a rope because we're low enough, if they're tethered to us.
Yeah.
We can start just.
You could set up a rope ladder or something like that, with an easy cutaway or breakaway if you needed to. That being said, you do find one very interesting item. You find a map. And this is the map of the rest of the world that you were missing. As it slowly loads.
It's totally loaded, Slow and
Doing
steady.
its best.
Why is there a word slowly being written on the map right now?
Exclusion zone?
Yeah. What's going on with that?
Alex is playing at real life history again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Entire new countries we have yet to encounter.
Mine's got a loading symbol right now. It's not responding right now.
So you can ditch the other map. We'll be using the big map now.
Yeah, once we get rid of these people into Pineland, I'm down to just be pirates. There is so much happening on this map.
Oof, oof. Yes, indeed, there is.
Especially since we now know that Tempest is involved with Umbria.
I cannot wait to kill every single member from the Warriors Playground. For real.
I wonder how many countries we can get support to take Umbria with.
I think enough. Let's just get to Annaville and provide those people the support we promised.
All right, and with that, we'll go ahead and conclude things tonight with the party finding a new map, stealing a ship, burning the slave transport.
Yep.
It could have been worse.
It could have been. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Everybody say bye.
Have a good night, guys.